I went to college in Pittsburgh, and he would always be coming up. We would just kind of stay boys, and then we moved out to San Diego.
That's where I met you.
That's where we
What
we had our time.
That's right.
What did you study in college?
Kinesiology, health and sports science.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That was kind of why I did that. I was the fat kid, so I was
Right.
like, man, I'm trying to get right. I'm trying to get healthy.
You know what's funny is
like, I'm trying to look good.
I too was the fat kid growing up, but being short and fat is
A lot different. I feel for you.
yeah. But I'm sure it comes with both, right? Like
Yeah.
being tall and overweight and being short and overweight, but at the same time, everyone told me like you're gonna get that growth spurt. You're gonna get that growth spurt. Biggest fucking lie I've ever heard in my life. Everyone's like, you know, my cousin Jimmy. My cousin Jimmy, he was 16 and he got his growth spurt. I'm like, I'm fucking 18 and this shit ain't growing. Like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Shit's not coming.
Dude, but it's crazy. Like my dad was supposed to be like 6'4", 6'5", but like I guess some was smoking and stunted his growth or something. But my uncle's 6'5", my brother's 6'5", so I'm actually kind of like shorter in the
Really?
family compared to dude.
You're a tall motherfucker.
Dude, ask him. My brother's a big dude.
Oh.
Big dude.
Yeah.
Heard. So, but with being overweight, like I feel like the baby fat thing. There's no. Oh, by this time it's gonna happen because my
Yeah.
shit didn't fall off until I was like, what, 16?
Dude, I'm still trying to get my shit to fall off.
Shut the fuck up.
It's crazy. No,
I
that's
see
not
you.
even. No, but that's not even like a jab. But I mean, everybody's always going to want themselves to look better,
Right.
feel better,
Right.
see themselves better. You know what I mean? So it's an ongoing process.
Do you think that there's something to be said for people that constantly work on themselves and look in the mirror and they see the same person they saw 6 weeks ago, knowing that there's been a difference?
Yeah, I mean, that's just, you're not going to be able to look in the mirror and see physically something that is going to make you feel better about what you should feel inside. You know what I mean? You have to love yourself before, and that's something that that I had to work on, is looking in the mirror, seeing my change and not feeling any better about myself. Like that's a huge thing, especially for, those, the fat kids or the whatever growing up. It was one of those things that I just had to be like, okay, there's something else going on here. This isn't just, my health that I feel uncomfortable about. What else do I feel uncomfortable about? And that's kind of why, I was introduced to the personal development through him, and then it, went to the spiritual backing that it is now. So
you have a background in personal development, and what does that look like?
Yeah, so when I was 18, a school teacher that I never had, because I was in sports, he was in music, and I just never really talked to the guy, but he reached out to me through Facebook and introduced me to Amway. Are you familiar?
Not at all.
So it's a network marketing company. It's
Okay.
a $1 billion company, but I don't know if
I always
you're
get
familiar.
sketched when people say network marketing because I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you're about
Yeah.
to fuck me out of a pyramid scheme.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Amway's
that's
actually
the biggest thing. Yeah.
Amway's pretty credible. I will say that. Like, they're legit. But I just got around these people that I saw that were all happy all the time, and I got around
Mormons.
business. Yeah, not Mormons. My sister-in-law's Mormon. So.
Hey, there you go. I was baptized Mormon when I was 13.
Oh, yeah?
I swear to God.
Really?
I swear to God, it was the craziest thing. Anyway, that's a whole different can of worms.
They
But
fucked up.
well, going back to the spirituality thing, they have a lot of parallels with what I believe today, and we'll get into that in a sec. But
Oh, yeah.
as you were saying,
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
you're good.
Personal development.
Personal development.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I got
Pyramid
introduced
scheme.
to
I'm kidding.
Amway, and I just started seeing all these people that were living the lives I wanted to live. They were traveling, they were multimillionaires, or they just had their time freedom, and they seemed very happy. And I instantly got hooked. And my mom, actually, she works for a college, and I could have gone to school on free tuition to almost any school on the East Coast. I did one semester and I dropped out because I turned to personal development, and it's something I've been on a journey the last 10 years trying to figure out myself, because I was in a really bad mental space and I was doing a lot of things that really weren't me. So that's why I kind of learned when I got into personal development. I started learning from people that were living lives that I wanted to live, and I think, if you're going to do something in life, whatever that is, find find somebody in that space that you look up to and it already has the results, and model them. Try to find an environment where you're around these type of people, and that's why we moved to San Diego. We were on a mission to get out of the little small town we were in and just open ourselves up to more opportunity.
Right. No, you have to immerse yourself into the people who already are doing something that you like.
Exactly.
And learn from them, and get your feet wet.
Well, I find it funny. You're wearing a sweatshirt that says "Create Your Reality." First off, is that y'all's brand? You too. So that you guys. That's your
our
brand.
Conscious Collections. Yeah.
So Conscious Collections, you guys created that.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, and you have your sweatshirts say "Create Your Reality," and you were saying that you were doing things that weren't necessarily benefiting your overall, not just your physical, but your mental and your spiritual and everything else. If you don't mind, what were those things? Because I'm sure there's a lot of other people that are doing the following the same routine that don't even realize. Like their mirror is so murky that they're not even looking. They're looking at a person and being like, "That's me." But again, that mirror is murky, so they're looking at an idea that they have of themselves, not their true selves. What does that look like what did that look like for you?
Well, for me, I came from a very different background than him. I was the popular kid in school. I got attention from everybody because I was good at sports. Well, when I graduated,
that sweet dick of fame, I love it.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
Zac Efron.
And when you get that attention, it can lead you to do some things that I treated people the way I didn't really want to treat people. I always had a good heart, but I did a lot of dumb shit. And when I graduated, I realized, now you step out into a world where nobody knows you and you're not so cool anymore. So that confused me, I think, and I started to party a lot. And I was going out partying all the time. I went through a drug problem. I don't think I was ever addicted, but just the party lifestyle.
What were you doing?
A lot of cocaine, Molly, ecstasy, but it was just, in large amounts,
A lot.
And
that can get out of hand real fast.
It can, yeah.
I laugh, but there's a serious issue that goes in with that. I mean, it would be careless to say that none of us have ever done that and gone down that same path, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But at the same time, like it's almost funny that the drug that fuels you to be faster and quicker and get it done and whatever. That's exactly how the addiction race happens. Like you get on a binge like cocaine, you're just cocaine every day, or ecstasy, you're on it every day, or Molly, you're on it every day. It's funny that it literally translates to how quickly that addiction can take over.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
the chemicals,
the chemistry.
I don't understand. How people can do that.
Did that ever fuck with you? Like the lack of serotonin or anything like that?
Yeah, I would wake up the next day and I would feel like shit, but then I would still go out and do this stuff because, I think anybody that has an addiction or anybody that's, in a very, somebody that hurts somebody physically, it's not that they're a bad person, and I wasn't a bad person, but I hated myself. And when you hate yourself, you tend to do things, and for me, drugs were a crutch.
If you hate yourself, you're not going to treat other people.
Exactly.
Was that a numbness thing for you?
Yeah, it was like I could fake a smile very well, and I could talk to anybody and act like everything was okay on the surface, but underneath, I didn't like who I was because of who I became in high school. I let the attention get to me, and I did some things that I wasn't proud of, and
also, what you mentioned with the attention thing, once you get out of high school, like you're back, you're in the real world.
Yeah,
if
exactly.
You're not doing anything, you're in the real world. So
right.
It's almost like a drug crash. You're not.
Move your mic up just a smidgen. There she is.
You're not getting that attention. So it's almost like a drug where you're used to taking it, and once you don't take it, it's like, oh.
And that completely confused me, and it led me down that path. And I realize now is because I hated who I was, and I had to change that. And that's when I got into spirituality. Personal development for me, I studied it like a machine for 10 years. Like, I don't think there's anybody that I could even mention that studied it harder than I have. But nothing changed for me until I got into spirituality and learned about the emotional side of things and how you feel on a day-to-day basis creates the reality that you live in. And that's why we put this on our clothing, and we have a couple other products as well right now. But we really believe that you can create your own reality, and it all starts with how you feel, because at our core as human beings, we're all energy, and the energy that you're putting out is the energy that you're on, and that's how you create your reality. And it completely changed my life.
Well, when you guys talk about spirituality, and forgive me if I'm kind of blanketing the statement, but you're saying that's when I discovered spirituality. What spirituality are you talking? Because everyone thinks their God is right.
Exactly.
Everyone thinks they got the right God, but there's millions of them out there.
Okay.
Thousands, whatever. There's, everyone thought that Ra, the sun god, was the same idealistic version of the God that the Christians have right now. It's very different. So when you say it, what exactly are you talking about?
Cool. So I'm going to give you an example. Okay, so in January 2020, I was still going through a depression. Okay, I was still going through, the whole personal development thing I started, and I started meditating like heavily, like to the point where it was like hour and a half sessions.
What's your process?
Yeah, how do you get into that deep?
Pretty much so I see it as two walls. It's the monkey mind and the monk mind. It's kind of what who's that guy? What's his name?
Jay Shetty.
Jay Shetty. Think like a monk. He's like this dude who went and studied with monks and came back and wrote this book and is making millions of dollars. But
he has a book that we should read?
Yeah, Think Like a Monk. It's
Think Like a
super
Monk.
good.
Brandon's been telling me I need to write shit down. Can you write that down? Can we just
read?
I'm going to etch that into my skull.
Yeah.
Think Like a Monk.
Okay, so Think Like a Monk, but it pretty much talks about the monkey mind and the monk mind. The monk mind is, you're very centered, you're focusing on your breath, you're focusing on, like acute awareness, if that makes sense. Like I could be like acutely aware right now, like I'm looking at your shirt and I'm not like, it's a without judgment type thing that you're trying to focus on. And you're only trying to focus on your breath. But what happens is just because of our day-to-day stuff that happens, we're all over the place with our mind. And once you can get yourself to catch that and be like, hey, come back to center, focus on your breath. And what I do is I breathe up 5, hold 5, down 5, hold 5.
Breathing exercises are next level.
Top notch.
Not to cut you off, but I have and I hate to fucking do this, but I have an app on my phone called Mesmerize.
Yeah.
And it literally, like, you watch it and it's just trippy images, but it's like the images flow with the breath, right? It says, ready, and we're going to breathe out, and the images fast forward, 3 seconds, and then it's like, now breathe in, and they slow. And then when you're supposed to breathe out, they fast forward and they slow. And it does something to you.
It's crazy.
Oxygen is next level.
Are you familiar with Wim Hof?
Yeah, you know who Wim Hof is?
Spell it.
Wim, W-I-M, Hof, H-O-F.
Not like that was going to make me be like, oh, yeah, that guy. But for when I watch this back, I'm going to be like, oh, cool, I'm going to look that guy up. No, I haven't.
Yeah, dude, he's famous and has world records because he's all about, he can control his mind through his breathing, and he's done just crazy. He'll be in the Arctic Ocean for 2.5 hours with nothing on.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Stuff
dude, he's
like
a
that.
nutcase.
He's hiked like Mount Everest in underwear. Like the dude's an animal.
In underwear?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he
Just
doesn't-
like
Just
don't give a
casual
fuck.
because he uses his breath to control his mind, and it controls his body.
You can't fuck with that
regulates
dude.
body
Fucking
temperature.
crazy.
You can't fuck
Yeah.
with someone that's like,
like-
I'm sorry, you did what today?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I hiked Everest bear. That's what I did today.
Yeah.
The Navy
In
SEALs
the
do
nude.
something similar when they're training for the Arctic.
They hike Everest.
Bear, yeah.
In underwear?
Yeah, no,
Dude,
no,
another
naked,
crazy-
no, they train in these ice pits, and it's just water with ice, and basically they have a breathing technique, and they're a series of flexing of muscles, and they regulate their core body temperature to actually
Really?
get above to like almost fever-like temperatures, like 101, and it.
What?
Yeah,
In Arctic
Interesting.
temperatures.
Inside, submerged in ice. Yeah,
There's got to be a
and they
correlation
can
there.
do that for about 2 hours.
There's got to be a correlation
that's
between
nuts.
not just mental strength, but body strength, and like telling your body like this is what we're about to do.
Your mind and body are connected.
Yeah.
100%.
Dude, it's
100%.
It's in
And
there.
that's something that I had to learn,
Yeah.
with going through like a fitness type thing and trying to lose weight is be like, okay, I can work out and I can put X number of calories in my body and I can, work out and burn 1,000 calories and the numbers are adding up, but why am I not losing weight? It's like, no, it's It's right here.
Right.
It's in your mind.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You have to assume you are healthy to feel healthy. You have to release the stress in your life that, keeps you unhealthy. That's what disease is, dis-ease of your cells. I mean, as he said, we are energy. The movie, there's a movie called Heal on Hulu, bro.
That was money.
Bingo.
Dis-ease like that.
And he said that so
Dude,
flawlessly, too.
Yeah, so there's a movie called Heal on Hulu that talks all about they do all this holistic energy type healing and just like the power of the mind, but pretty much what is causing all this dis-ease, this disease is people are so fucking stressed, and then they are energy and they're vibrating in like a miserable, negative, fear controlled state. So no wonder everyone's getting sick, bro. And then we pump more chemicals in here, bro.
Everybody's on a different fucking state too.
Dude, that's the thing.
Everyone's on a different vibration for sure, but it almost makes me laugh because people are so stressed out in the easiest time.
Bro, yeah, it's crazy.
If you're living in America, I mean, there's poverty levels and there's people that literally can't get above a certain line, and that I don't know what that's like. I don't, and I feel for those people. But during the pandemic, a lot of what I was hearing from other people is, I'm just bored. And I'm like,
what?
Fuck you, man. You're bored?
Yeah.
You're fucking bored.
Yeah,
you have
dude, it's like-
so much time to do something. You have a year where not just you, not just the state, not your city, not just the state, not just the country, the entire fucking world is on pause, and you're bored because you can't figure out something that you want to go and do.
Exactly.
Go on YouTube.
That's that's literally what we
YouTube,
did. Like during
yeah.
quarantine, we're like, bro, like, okay, so now we have all the time in the world to do whatever the fuck we want. And that's exactly what we did.
That's why we literally did nothing for a year of just studying
Yes,
this shit
studying
to the moon.
this shit.
Like
Yeah.
we're like, what else? If we can't do anything right now, let's focus on something.
Right.
And we did, and that's how we got into spirituality. I mean,
Yeah.
we've always been in personal development, but there's a little bit of a difference.
So when you guys talk about spirituality, and,
Yeah.
and this is kind of what I wanted to talk to you both about as I'm listening to like the things that you guys are talking about, I'm like, don't do it. Oh, I got to give it to him. So for me, and we didn't really ever hit on this when I first met you, but I am a pantheist. That's my. I don't want to call it a religion, but that's my ideology. That's my
Explain
everything.
that exactly,
Yeah.
because I want to make sure that I know exactly.
Oh, 100. Oh, we're getting there. So pantheism is the idea that everything around us is the same, if not more defined version of the idealistic version of a Christian God. So what that means is, and to me, again, one of the reasons I have Einstein over there, E equals MC squared, is because energy is neither created nor destroyed.
100%.
And if energy is neither created nor destroyed, then as soon as you and I pass on, it has to go somewhere. Whether it's on this earth, whether it's on Mars, whether it's in another dimension, whether it's in a parallel universe, whatever the fuck it may be.
My body.
Regardless, it has to pass on somewhere because it's neither created nor is it destroyed. And so that a rock that you see is nothing more than a compressed amount of vibration and time and atoms that are just really fucking together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's energy, and there's no difference between that and a human being. As it's crazy as that sounds, someone's gonna be like, yeah, a rock is much different than a human being. Okay, great.
Right.
But that rock is still vibrating at a frequency, and so are you.
Exactly.
The energy has just been displaced. It's been put somewhere. It's been
Right.
it's elsewhere. So pantheism is just the idea of giving respect to all living things, regardless of whether it's what you and I see as a living thing with breathing capabilities, or whether it's just something that we interact with on a day-to-day basis. Pantheism, for me, makes the most amount of sense, just because at the end of the day, science is nothing more than a continuous experiment, right? Health is nothing more than a continuous experiment. The reason that doctors say, I'm in practice, is because they're just practicing. There is no definitive, like, this is what's going to heal you. No, that doctor's in practice. They're basing science, or they're basing what their treatment they're giving you, they're basing that off of science and in hopes that it heals you, because there's no definitive, hey, if you take this, you're good.
Exactly.
It's all practice, right?
Biochemistry is also different, so nothing really works the same for everyone.
Yeah.
It doesn't work the same.
That's why it's a practice.
Exactly.
A doctor of medicine using the science to practice medicine.
And so with science being how it is, and most people like to discredit science, but at the end of the day, we know no different.
Exactly.
The only reason we have everything around us, I mean, fuck, we're doing a podcast right now that's completely based off of everything electrical. That's all science.
Yeah.
Personally, I got nothing else to go off of other than science. Faith, look, if you got faith, I love you to death.
Faith and
Go
science.
off your faith. That's fine. You know, I'm not going to try you on it. You do you. But what makes more sense to someone like myself is if energy is neither created nor destroyed, then that gives me a little bit of hope for the energy that I bring to a day-to-day basis.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay, so I completely agree with everything you just said, because everything is energy, and that is the basis of everything. You're taking more of a actually, no, you're completely right, but we are trying to apply it to attraction and how the world is an attraction-based universe. It is a vibrational universe in whatever frequency and vibration you are on, because energy vibrates at all times. It doesn't. It is not still. You know does that make sense? Like I understand what you're saying. It's just that we're taking it a different route, as in energy is never, not in motion. If that makes sense. Isn't that a law, actually?
No. It's actually what we're talking about is very, very much the same.
Yeah.
I think one of the issues that I had with like I'm sure being on your spiritual journey, you guys have probably encountered The Secret.
Oh yeah.
Right? Okay.
For sure, yeah.
And like, what the bleep is this, and that kind of stuff. So I'm here and there with that, and maybe you guys can bring a little bit of light.
I was going to say I'd love to bring any type of understanding.
I understand the fundamentals of
right.
what they're talking about.
I want to butt in real quick because you said something. The law of attraction, how there's an attractive universe. So
Yeah. We're a vibration. So law of attraction is a secondary law. So it's actually law of vibration. Okay?
I should probably preface this with this guy's a physics major, so I would.
Okay, no, that's fine. This is quantum physics. Like,
all right, this is exactly what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So I studied quantum mechanics at ASU, and I did a bunch of pretty hardcore math. But that really didn't influence what I'm like aligning with what you're saying right now. What influenced me the most is I worked at Gen Korean Barbecue. I was a runner and a busboy. There was a fucking dishwasher who was like Jack Sparrow walking around with like compass, like just fucking dangly shit, just like Captain Jack Sparrow in the back washing dishes. He didn't look like him. He was a Mexican guy, and that's why I talked to him too, because I'm also from Mexico. I speak Spanish, and he did not speak English. But he's like, oh, I just find stuff every day, and I like whenever I like want like something, I just think about it, and then it comes to me later in the day, or maybe a week later. And he's like, well, it's all kind of just quantum mechanics, you just. And I'm like, at that point, that's when he got my attention. I'm like, what do you know about? Like, what do you tell me?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, like I was looking for a TV, and it's like, I just really thought about it, and. This guy's nuts, but I totally believe him. And then it's like, oh yeah. And the next morning, I was bicycling to work, bicycling back from work, and he found this like TV on the side of the road that still works.
Yeah, dude, it's nuts.
So I have a little bit of an issue with it though, because
and he had countless examples of.
But most people,
and that's how we are too. Sorry for
no, you're good. Most people that you have the people that say the law of attraction and this, that, and the other, and it works, and you just have to apply yourself and everything else. Those are the people that made it.
Yeah.
What about the people that haven't? Who did the same thing?
We haven't made it yet. That's the thing.
Okay.
See, you got to put the belief behind it.
Yeah, I understand.
And I agree with what you're saying, but what about the people that have worked, 80 to 120 hours a week, have had that vision? They've posted pictures all over their wall, and they still have fallen short.
So here's the fundamental basis of everything in life, period, end of story. Why do we do anything on this earth? To feel an emotion, because we do everything, whether it comes to career, health, wealth, any type of goal we want, any type of creative aspect, to feel an emotion.
Correct.
So emotions are the greatest thing and the center of our universe.
The driving force.
Okay. So those emotions are the vibration you are giving off. So if you can get yourself to feel the emotion that you want to feel on a daily basis, then everything will be pulled towards you. I've witnessed this in my modeling career. I got signed, and this is not to boast, brag whatsoever.
Hey, we're on the podcast. You can suck your dick 10 ways to Sunday. Let's do it.
But last year, January 20th, I wasn't signed to any agency. I had nothing going for me. By the end of last year, December 2020, I was in a feature film. I worked for Body Armor. I have done all of these things. I got signed 3 times. I got to 3 different agencies by the end of the year. And it's like, there is no other way to explain it other than I went down this spiritual path. I figured out how I felt, and I got myself to acquire the habits that made me feel that good feeling at all times throughout my day. And obviously, there's trial and error with everything, and there's bullshit that happens, but you get yourself back on that vibration, that emotional feeling, and I swear, it is magic. It's magic.
Do you genuinely think anyone could do that?
Anybody.
Yes.
I think
It's
anybody.
Someone who's not,
that you're saying.
and this might
Realign yourself, like the breathing.
Yeah, that's the thing is how do we learn? How do we have our values? It's from everything that is, that we are consuming. All of our 5 senses, we are just consuming on a constant state. Like any of the news that solidifies beliefs, any of the health that
unfortunately.
Any of the health problems that your parents have solidify a belief that there is lack of health.
Think about it this way too. Like we've even talked about this. I can eat junk food and I'm completely fine. I won't, look that
it's
bad.
So
if
fucking
he eats
annoying.
junk food,
I'll gain 10 pounds.
He'll gain weight quicker
crazy,
than me. So we were talking about it. It's like when I grew up in a sports household. Like I played sports. That's what I did. I was healthy. So I grew up with a belief that I was healthy. He grew up in an unhealthy environment, eating shit food a lot, and was overweight. So by him growing up in that environment, he became overweight and has a belief behind him being overweight. So that's why anyone that's overweight, working out's not going to change it for you if you don't believe you're healthy.
Yeah, it's a
so he had to change.
He
had to change his belief about himself being healthy for him to actually lose the weight.
So let me ask you this: if that's the case, and your mind has changed now, if you eat junk food.
So if I eat junk food, I still have a limiting belief. That's the thing. That's why I have.
Does it?
I know I have a limiting belief on certain things. I know that's what holds me back from being the most optimal self. And if I do eat junk food, I will get puffy. I'll feel bloated. And the thing is, he eats the same exact dessert.
Yeah, and I'm like,
for me,
motherfucker.
And I'm like, I just
dude,
have this limiting
it's not a big
belief.
deal for me because I'm healthy, But it's like a subconscious belief.
So I'm wondering, do you ever break that? Do you ever break you can go into your mindset and change it, but do you ever break that? I mean, if you grew up that way and you have probably 20 some odd years of just being in that sports minded, that always healthy, whatever mindset, and then you have 20 plus years of being in that not unhealthy, gonna look this way, but then you have that break and you're like,
well, bro, a belief is just a thought you learn and affirm, baby. You understand that?
Say that again. It's a belief.
A belief is just something you learn and affirm. So you repeat it every single day. I repeated to myself that I was a sign model, and that's why all these affirmations and everything work in spirituality, because you get yourself physically, you affirm it every day. Like you wake up with the intention that, hey, I am this healthy guy. I am taking care of my business. I am working on, my modeling career. I am getting out there and talking to people, and I'm, bringing my best self. And if you tell yourself that every fucking day, you're going to start believing in it.
Yeah.
That's it, bro.
But again, so you start believing in it. Yeah. Does that change your mindset to the sense where, like we're talking about with mine? And again, I'm playing devil's advocate here. I believe what we're saying, but got to play devil's advocate.
For sure.
If you tell yourself this every day and you're changing your mindset and you're doing all these things, why is it that you can eat junk food and look perfectly fine? And it could be a genetics thing. I'm not saying it's not. That's a completely different route. But you eat junk food, and all of a sudden you're like, I look like the fucking Michelin Man.
Because,
like, how does that?
Well, one, I have,
which you don't. You don't look like the Michelin Man. You look great, but
I have a built-up belief system that is, I'm first off, like, I've lost probably about overall like 70 pounds, but the last 30 didn't come. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Right, dude.
But yeah, thank you, I appreciate it. But the last like 30 didn't come until I started, understanding these and getting myself to believe it. But obviously, with 25 years of beliefs, like there's still going to be limiting beliefs. You know what I mean?
And 25 years of bias.
Yeah, 25 years of bias, 25 years of seeing people like, hey, like that's where I come from, so that's what, and nothing against my parents, whatever. Like they just didn't have the health thing. Like,
when you probably go back to it too, when you go and visit, and you're like, oh,
yeah,
it's like a reset
and
almost.
And it's also like with habits, like with me, if I start drinking consecutively, partying consecutively, I start eating like shit, and it's just a different mindset.
Cheers to that, dude.
No, I mean we still drink and stuff. It's just like. It's one of those things you just have to be real with yourself. Like,
right.
Are these habits like helping me in where I want to go and who I want to be and how I think of myself?
Yeah.
Because, dude, like all we are is the narrative in our head. That's it.
Yeah.
All we are is how we're telling ourselves how we are. Like you tell yourself you're the creative guy. You tell yourself you're the creative guy. We tell ourselves we're the creative guys, and we're trying to do this podcast stuff and build this thing. And you wouldn't like at the very core of everything. We are just energetic beings with a thought process that we can create everything. Like you created everything in your life. You created and I create everything in my life. We are the creators.
Until you don't. And I think that's the
yes.
The badge. I've always related any sort of psychedelic to my life, and that's why one of the when we were all in 5th grade, 6th grade, 4th grade, whatever, and we all did the DARE program or whatever it was, and they're going through like, don't smoke marijuana because you're going to be lazy. Don't do cocaine because they fucking take refugees that stomp on it with their feet and pour gasoline. Don't do meth because people just fucking die. The second they started talking about acid and they're like, you could see shit that's not there, I'm like, I'm doing that.
Dude,
I'm doing that all
I used
day.
To be so scared of mushrooms.
I'm like,
Like
I'm
how?
doing mushrooms,
And,
I'm
like,
doing
acid, yeah.
DMT. What is DMT? Yeah, fuck yeah.
Have you done DMT?
I have yet.
I have.
Sir.
Dude,
It is interesting.
So
Did you see? Did you get to the spiritual beings? Didn't get that far.
No,
Didn't do that much?
so I just everything. I when I did it, I was at our apartment in downtown San Diego, and we were on the rooftop. So it was like the sun was setting, like perfect timing, and the sky was a little orange. The only thing I remember the most was that, well, two things. One, the sky looked like a fucking green screen. It just looked like a cartoon. Everything kind of looked like Lego outlined, and like just it was interesting to see. And I never really believed in hallucinations before. Like I'm like a see it to believe it type dude. But I was sitting in my living room when we first took it because I vaped it out of a pen, and
Whoa,
Dude,
whoa,
yeah, I
whoa,
know. Crazy,
wait,
right? I'm
hold
just
the
like,
fuck
what?
on. Wait.
Yeah, you could DMT is soluble on a certain like
yeah.
glycol, I think. And then just,
Maybe I'm just old school, but for someone to put DMT in a pen and be like, check it out, you hit this shit, like as if it's a fucking vape pen.
yeah, and then people
Yeah.
fuck with other people and like, oh yeah, this is weed, and then they give it to them. Then they
That's so fucked
Oh,
up.
that's fucked up.
that's fun.
Yeah, well, I knew I was getting it.
Yeah.
but It's interesting because, like, shrooms, if you eat shrooms, it'll take, like, 20, 30 minutes for it to kick in. Like,
Instantaneous.
DMT, it only lasts 10 or 15 minutes, but it's like that. And I never believed in hallucinations, but I literally saw cats walking on my ceiling in my living room. I swear to God. And I was, like, dumbfounded because I had to see it to believe it, but it was
The only
real.
time I ever experienced that kind of shit, I mean, not trying to out myself here, but I've done a pretty decent amount of psychedelics in my life. I mean, shit, the first time I met you, balls deep. But,
balls.
salvia. When I lived in Arizona. I lived in Arizona for
I've heard of that.
about 12, 13 years, and then I moved I was born here, but I moved to Texas, and I did my high school thing, and then I came back out here, and I was like, oh, salvia's legal. I was like, oh, cool, I'm 18, I can fucking buy it. So we buy salvia, me and my buddies, and we're just, in this shitty little apartment where someone got stabbed, like, last week. And probably not the best mindset to take psychedelics in, but we're like, who cares?
Why not?
No one's going to fuck with us. Like, I'm 5'4". So
I love it.
So we buy like the 10 milligram little thing, and we all like do what we do, and I'm like, oh, I just feel like Airheads, the candy.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. I'm just like, oh shit, I get this. And so we move into another apartment maybe like 6 months down the line, and I'm like, you remember when we did that 10 milligram salvia? That was fun.
Did you?
Let's go to 125 milligram because that seems like a great idea. So we do 125 milligrams, and we just rip that shit. And me being
There we go.
me being that guy, I'm like, I'll go first. Don't worry, guys, I got this. Don't do salvia. First off, that's the PSA here. But
I heard salvia's gnarly.
It's gnarly.
Really?
Yeah. It's the one.
What is it compared to?
It's the one thing I would never do again.
PCP.
Really?
Let's put it that way.
Like the hardest drug ever.
You do 10 milligram and you're like, oh, I get this little like head high, like airhead, like, oh, I just feel it up here. I'm like,
Really?
Yeah. 125 milligram. I don't know if it's my body, my chemical reaction, the genetic. I don't know what the fuck. But we had just regular carpet in our apartment. I take a hit of the salvia, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit, I like it tastes like plastic almost.
Oh,
and you're right. So I'm like, okay, like maybe I need another one. But as I'm taking a rip of the second one, it starts to kick in, and the pipe in and of itself, those old 3D optical illusion books where you take the book and you hold it real close to your face and you pull it away and there's two. That's what the fuck happens.
what?
Or at least that's what happened to me.
Probably you getting cross-eyed.
Yeah, probably. I mean, yeah. Next thing you know, I'm just, But I'm looking down at my carpet, and my carpet turns into maggots, and it's just doing this, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. And I'm watching myself step on maggots. I'm like, that's not good. And there's a 2D thing, and I'm like, hey guys, what the fuck is going on? Go, no. And everything just starts happening over and over and over.
Oh my god!
And I'm standing completely straight still. But life is just like, go fuck yourself, go fuck yourself, go fuck yourself. And I'm looking around, I'm like, is anyone else? And I realized, like, after, like, no one had taken a hit of this shit before I did. So I'm the only one that's like, guys, everything's cool. And I'm freaking the fuck out. And finally, I'm just like, as I'm, like, coming to, and it was only, like, a 5-minute deal.
Yeah.
But fuck me, that was, like, the most scary, like,
Yeah, dude,
Not the most realist salvia story
ever.
Seriously.
So I end up sitting down on the couch, and I'm like, never again. And I'm like trying to come to term with my mind, that inner thing, like, you're good, everything's good. What did we just experience? I don't know. Did we just get? I don't know. But something happened, and we're not fans of it. And let's just figure that out. Meanwhile, my buddy, one of my best friends, Bane, he's just fucking hitting this shit.
Bane.
And
I love that name.
Oh, dude, this motherfucker is a tank. You got to meet Bane eventually in your life. His. Can I give his full name on here?
I don't give a fuck.
I'm sure he probably doesn't either. Bane Mars, the dopest name of all time.
Bane Mars, that is
name,
a sick
Right?
fucking name.
This motherfucker's a tank. He's just ripping this shit. And I'm like, waiting for it. I'm like, it's going to happen.
Nothing.
It's going to happen. And he's just like,
It's coming.
looking around. Like, he's just fucking sitting in the ether, just watching shit. And I'm like, maybe I just didn't do it right. Maybe it's just me. But again, like, you have that wall where it's like, you don't ever want to experience that again.
Yeah.
So I walk in maybe like 20 minutes later, and we had a room full of like black light posters and black lights, and he decided to get his entire bed as a big old beanbag. That was his bed.
Was this
for
at
like,
the 730?
it was before the
It was
730.
before,
Yeah.
I remember that beanbag.
And it was just a big old beanbag. So I walk in, and I'm like, plastic. Salvia. And Bane's just sitting here, just looking up at a poster, just.
Jesus.
And I'm like, "Are you good?" He's like, "I'm more than good." I'm like, "How?"
Dude, there's just dudes that can just like they can do any type of drug and just like not be just shot down.
yeah.
They're gonna be.
I was
he's
gonna say,
like that.
That's
yeah.
me.
Other than salvia, I would like to consider, like, I've done a pretty decent amount of psychedelics.
Yeah.
You put yourself on a quarter of mushrooms, you're deep. Put yourself on 10 tabs of acid over 24 hours, you're pretty fucking
Dude,
deep.
acid's gnarly, man. I've only done it twice. I do a lot. We do a lot of shrooms.
Yeah.
That's just
Why haven't we legalized that shit yet?
I don't understand.
It makes no.
It'll be here.
Yeah, I think Oregon's doing the right thing in terms of decriminalizing.
Our homie actually makes some things out in California that we've been getting.
like these little
The
vials.
dude is very, very intelligent, but he mixes shrooms with morning glory, and I think
That's the LSD. That's where they.
Yeah.
That's where they get
Yeah,
LSD
yeah,
from.
the
Yeah,
It's
Oh, yeah.
gnarly.
it's
morning glory. You have to. What is it? It's the
It's
chemical
not-
inside of it, right?
Yeah, it's lysergic something. It's not the acid.
Lysogenic. Whatever.
Lysogenic.
It just
Some
makes us
shit.
feel happy. It's kind of like a more. It's a
Yeah, it's very
vibey thing.
uplifting.
It's not.
It's like an
you're not
uplifting
tripping really. You're just happy and
Microdose.
vibing. That's what we do
All day, yeah.
we do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I feel like
It helps in
Just-
workouts
Just
too.
the ability of shrooms in itself to you can microdose on it or you can fully dose on it, and you do something and say something you really like, and you're trying to do something else on top of it. Then it changes it alters your neuroplasticity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe that as well.
So like I've had a really big problem singing and playing guitar. Mm-hmm. And on my birthday, I think 2 years ago in 2019, I took shrooms for the first time actually, and I took about 2 grams, and I picked up the guitar and I just started doing stuff that I couldn't really normally do, and then on top of that, I could hear the melody in my head and sing the melody, and it just
Really?
came with ease. And I'm like,
So you
That's
could actually play the
crazy.
stuff that you couldn't normally play when you.
Well, I could play. Well, yeah, it was just new stuff, but I could never sing the melody that I have in my
Gotcha,
head on top
yeah.
of that until I did that.
No.
Yeah,
Have you
and then
ever seen the show The Mind Explained?
No, I have not.
So there's an episode on psychedelics where they have a picture of a normal brain, a brain scan picture, and a picture of one on psychedelics, and the
Lit up.
amount of brain receptors lit up on
The
psychedelics
neurons
is
lit up.
insane.
the neurons find each other. That's the craziest thing. And I was just listening to a podcast. It was probably Joe Rogan, if I'm being honest, where he's
Absolutely.
talking to Tom Segura, and these fucking neurons with no eyesight, they find each other. They just you put
Axons, bro. They just
you put different neurons apart from each other in a petri dish, and they will end up just connecting to
Bro,
each
the
other.
brain's weird.
And that's exactly how that shit happens. Like, from a musician aspect, if he's playing something and I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna fuck with this. Here we go. Like that's just how that works. But also from any other aspect, you don't have to be a musician to get that shit. It's just like, oh, I see, therefore I do. Like it's one of those things
exactly,
that
yeah.
connects with certain people. I don't necessarily I think everyone in their own time should probably experience a psychedelic
absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
Once a time.
at least once, whether
their
it's a
life.
good trip, a bad trip, or indifferent.
Yeah.
But you gotta have that break, that ego death.
Okay, now knowing what you know and what you believe, do you think we're living an illusion?
110%.
Yeah.
110%.
But at the same time,
this isn't real.
I think that, but it's funny because when I was in senior year, I tried to lucid dream a lot.
Really?
I focused myself on lucid dreaming.
What is a
Dude, I
lucid
feel like
dream?
I feel like a lot of people go through that phase of like learning about lucid dreaming as well. Because I did that too. Like when I was in high school, like
Yeah.
10th, 11th, 12th grade.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, if you think about, if you're 15, 16, 17 years old and you're like, let me get this right.
I can fucking fly.
I can go to bed and be awake and fly?
I could fuck anyone I want.
I can fuck anyone I want? I'm doing that shit. Or what do I need to do? Give me the practices. Like I remember
What is a lucid dream exactly?
So a lucid dream is when you go to bed but you remain awake, and so you start dreaming and you're not in REM per se.
You're not fully awake. You just recognize something. So one of the exercises that learn to recognize yourself, say like in the mirror, and then in your dream you may come upon a time that you're looking in the mirror, but you'll notice that you may do something and it's not exactly the same in the mirror, and that's when
Then you realize you're asleep.
You're asleep. Oh, I'm dreaming.
And you
now.
control I want a sword. Boom, sword. Like it's pretty wild. And then next thing you know, like there was a time when we were living at one of our houses, and I'm like, wait, I'm in the front part of the house in the middle of the day. I work nights.
That's the realization.
I'm like, I'm never out at this time, but I know that the sun is setting. This is weird. And I jump up, and all of a sudden as I jump up, I'm like, oh, shit. And I start levitating, and I'm like, can I ascend? So I start ascending, and I'm like, there's something to this, you know? And that was after the fact. And then it comes to it. Someone told me there's two ways to live. You can either I'm gonna fuck this up. You can live the years you're given, or you can add life to the years you're given.
Holy shit!
You can live the years you're given, or you can add life to the years you're given.
Yeah.
I like that line a lot.
And if you part of that was like lucid dreaming. I'm like, wait, if I'm asleep for 6 to 8 hours a night, but I can be awake and do things, and maybe just like, I don't know, come up with a fucking album in the 8 hours that I'm asleep, or you know, construct a building, or whatever the fuck it may be. I'm adding life to those years.
For sure, yeah. And you hear all of these successful people
Galileo.
talking about like coming up with shit in your sleep and stuff like that. And it's like, dude, it's a powerful time.
So do you think that statement right there correlates to feeling good?
100%.
Adding life is in.
It's really hard to.
Good
It's
on a
really
daily
hard to
basis.
wake up in a bad mood after you've just been able to fly and fuck anyone you want.
Yes. Yeah.
It's really. I
Fly
mean,
and fuck, baby. Can't wake up mad.
but no, I agree. I think that the people that are able to do that are probably a lot happier. I mean, there's been times that I've had dreams of myself on stage just doing an entire album that I've never heard before. And I hear the roar of the crowd, and I feel not, you know, conceited, but like a yes. Like a breath of, I did it. I never have to do it again. I did it. It's done. You know what I mean? And you wake up the next morning and you're like, fuck, got to make an album. Let's do it. Like you're ready to go.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's something to it.
And a crazy thing is too, like when you're dreaming, so your brain can't establish a difference between what's imagined and what's real.
Yeah.
And they've done studies where, you know, playing the guitar or even the piano, somebody will play the piano for 2 hours a day for a week straight. Okay? They'll take a separate person, they'll play the piano for 2 hours a day, a week straight, but they won't actually play the piano. They'll only use their mind. So they'll just practice the chords and the keys inside their mind. When they scan the people's brains at the end of the week, both brains develop the same amount of muscle memory and neuro
100%.
electrons that connected to
connect
it was
on-
almost about
Yeah.
the same.
Oh my
And
There's
that's
something to be
crazy.
said for that too, though, because like I'm not a great guitar player, but I did pick up the guitar about 3.5 years ago, and I would sit there and practice a chord, and I'm like, fuck, I can't get this. The next day, it's easier.
Oh,
Yeah.
The next day, it's easier. The next day, it's even easier. Now it's like, play a G chord, bitch.
One of my
Like, done.
one of my best friends. It's like, you know, when somebody compliments you and it like sticks with you. It's like, holy shit, I really like influenced something with them. This is one of those things that happened. He got a bass and whatnot, and he was just like in a drunk bit, and he was very upset that he couldn't do something or musically. And I lived with him, and he saw me like just, you know, I'm fairly good, so
Yeah.
He's like, how the fuck do I?
Yeah.
That's the most modest shit I've ever heard you say, but that's fine. We can go into your artistry later.
So he
Fairly good. Go fuck yourself.
yeah, and I told him, I was like, bro, you can't like think that way. Like you know what the best thing for you to like after you're done playing, take a fucking nap, go to sleep.
Seriously.
That shit's gonna be stored. The best practice is right after you're done practicing. Go to sleep.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what they tell you with learning and everything too. Like, stop trying to do like these 4-hour cram sessions. Just do like 40, 50-minute sessions, like very, you know, focused and attentive and in your study. Then go and fucking, you know, walk your
something you like to
dog
do,
or something you like to do. Like it helps chunk
Collect,
up the exactly.
Get rid of like the information that's not needed and get rid of.
It's crazy. I feel like a lot of people just think that, you know, like their belief systems and you know how they think, they're just stuck with it forever. And it's like, dude, you can create anything you want to be, like just by your beliefs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Schumann resonance.
Yeah. And dude, like the concepts of like homeostasis and how, like the earth is always
always going back to balance.
exactly, and that's how the human body is, but we're still pumping these fucking chemicals in people, bro.
And it's still trying to get back into balance.
Exactly. Like if you just let your fucking body do what it wants to do and just be fucking happy, like that's the thing. And it's so crazy because what's his name? Willie. He was literally talking. He's like, yeah, everybody inherently always goes to those bad thoughts, And again, with the training and the reprogramming, you can get yourself to think the positive thoughts. And what will happen is that will gain momentum. Like those positive thoughts, whenever you're in a positive vibration or whatever you want to call it, you start to feel better, and then you think better thoughts, and then you're more creative, and then you get more done because you're more productive because you have that empowering feeling.
There's something to be said for people that do have those negative thoughts. No CEO got that way by being told to write all the time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You have to fail. You have to fail.
That's the thing. But the thing is, if you fail and stop, that's failure. Yeah. If you fail and keep
What
going, again, it's contrast. Where contrast comes clarity.
Failure?
Who was it that said you have to fail 10 times to succeed once? I don't know who said, but like it's the.
I mean,
it's the truth.
It's probably different for everybody, but there's still anybody that's done anything great has failed their way to the top. Absolutely. I mean, who knows the exact number, but I mean,
my favorite
How'd you
quote.
get here? I failed all the way up here, dog.
Yeah, like I ate shit every step of the way.
My favorite quote is, "I don't fail, I only have setbacks." That is my number one quote that I live by. Right?
Yeah.
And am I somewhat joking myself a little bit when I say that? Absolutely. Yeah, I have failures, but they're all setbacks.
Yeah,
they're setback to get to be catapulted, slingshotted to success.
level.
And guys, like, what even is failure? Like trying and not getting to where you want to go.
learning.
It's like,
are you
learn,
a
right?
reader?
It's
Do you
just a
like
new
to
set
read?
of data.
Exactly.
My wife
It's
loves
like you
to
understand
read.
what you don't got.
I read, but I read like news articles. I read
Well, if you want to,
things like that.
If you do get a chance, the best book on this is called Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz.
That book changed my fucking life.
Okay, so
How do you spell
here's
my last name? Maltz?
Maltz.
Okay, just like Maltz.
And like what it basically talks about is your brain is what's called a servo mechanism. It's a goal-striving machine. So they, as an example, what they talk about is that if a Navy ship shoots a torpedo, a self-guided torpedo, it's going to hit its target because it has a sensor on it, but it's going to go off course along the way. But as it starts to veer off course, in essence, as it starts to fail, it'll get back to on track. And your brain's designed the same way. The more you fail, you will eventually get better and better and better at it. And
100%.
We're not taught that in school, though.
No, at all. It's
No.
you go
We're
to school,
taught the opposite.
you get good grades, you go to college, you marry, you have kids, you're successful.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest fucking waste of
Dude,
time.
it's a crock of shit.
It's all bullshit. There's
Yeah.
so many audibles that happen along the way.
Exactly.
Granted, I did meet you lovely people because of college. So.
That's true.
Yeah,
actually.
I mean, no,
the only reason I met you is because of fucking college.
Yeah, like I mean,
I didn't even go to college.
college has its place, but it can be replaced. Like you have to. I feel like I'm saying all these fucking play on word things.
No,
I'm not that.
Most of
I'm
the
not
time
that
it's 'cause
corny.
they're true.
Hey, what's up?
Shit.
But no.
Name's Mike. I
Yeah.
fuck. No.
Yeah, same, like it's like hello. But yeah, I mean the networking aspect is the
Huge.
big
Phenomenal.
like you take people that don't go to college or have any type of social environment and just stay inside and even like the partying thing, like that teaches social skills, so there is good in all of that
100%.
shit that people are talking on. But dude, college is the biggest fucking scam in the world.
Monetarily, they built
makes
it like a
them-
business.
Yeah.
and,
It should be.
the government's
There
behind
should
it,
be
so.
higher education for people that want it. The fact that you have to pay off until you're 65 years old, go fuck yourself.
The medical field and shit
Anything-
like that, and like the
Well, I'm not gonna
legality
last that
type
long
shit,
anyway,
like
so.
I completely understand because I don't want people working on me that aren't educated on this shit.
Right.
So there is a line for those type of people that want that type of career. But dude, you should not be promoting a business degree. That makes no. You get in business. Get in business.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Get some trade. I mean, and I think trade schools are highly under acknowledged because at the end of the day, like if you're, we're gonna need welders.
Yeah.
We're gonna need construction workers. We're gonna need people that take solace in their work and can look at a finished building and be like, I did that.
Yeah, and that's dope. Like that's
100%.
I think that's awesome.
That's like specified work, which was why like it is good to go to those schools because that's all you do. But then a college where you're going and you're taking all your gen eds and all these courses that don't have anything to do with your career or your future. I think the curriculum needs change.
I question people that are like, yeah, I graduated in business. I'm like, what business?
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Well, I can start a business. Okay,
that's
great.
why I
What's your
dropped out,
target?
dude.
It's
What's
wild.
your target?
It's wild.
At least with trades, you could be like, oh, I drive by there. Oh, I built that.
Yeah, like,
Right.
hey, that's my resume
So,
right there.
I work
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I go to
It's not on paper. It's in the flesh.
I go to
exactly.
Costco and I helped rebuild. I completely tore up and rebuilt the meat department and did all the plumbing. And, like,
Dude.
the guys
Are you saying you
get
tore
fr-
up some meat?
do you get
meat dog.
Do you
Now,
get
every
free
time-
meat?
Every time I go there, I'm like, yo, I did that. Where's my free
you just
meat?
you like hit it? You just like, you see this?
Yeah, slap the meat. Like, you see that?
That's a little bit of a different context to the term beating the meat, but I guess it
Like,
makes sense.
It applies.
There's many ways.
Definitely. That's the solace that you get in the sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, for sure, and that's why we like creating. And like the businesses that we want to create and building the things that we want to build. It's like, dude, check it out. Like this is what we are bringing to the world. Like,
and I mean, I think the goal in life is happiness. And we both started together, kind of just trying to do things that made us happy, and not just because we see a lot of people that are doing things that they're not necessarily happy with, and we didn't want to be like that. We wanted to do things that made us happy, and the more things you can do like that, you'll live a happy life.
Exactly. Not to relate this back to the podcast, but that's exactly why we do this podcast.
That's cool.
Every other day outside the days that we are here, we're working.
Yeah.
Is this a job? Yeah, it's a fucking job. I don't care what anyone says. Am I drinking?
hours into
100%. Am I having a good time? 100%. But at the same time, is there editing that goes into this? Is there prepreration that goes into this?
Can I drink at my other job? No.
Am I sitting on a couch? Yes. But do I have my dick in my hand just watching Netflix? No. Like, it's work regardless. And it's something that we want to pursue. It's something that we enjoy doing. At the end of the day, a job is something you hate going to.
Yeah.
A job is something you hate going to.
100%. I agree.
But a career is something you enjoy doing each and every day.
Yep.
And a career can be your job. A career can be your job. You can go every day and hate it.
Just got to be honest with yourself.
Exactly.
I think a lot of people are not, and I was not for a while, and had to change that. There's a lot of people that aren't honest with themselves and stay in that. They just settle, but they're deeply unhappy.
Yeah.
And that's a problem.
Let me ask you this: your clothing brand again. What is it? What is it again?
It's called Conscious Collections.
Conscious Collections. What is the future of Conscious Collections?
Well, we are also beginning a coaching program right now, pretty much for mental, physical, spiritual health.
I've seen your TikToks, your motivational, uplifting,
type deal. So we're pretty much building this program. It's a 90-day program for people that honestly just want to understand these type of laws, understand the spiritual backing on accomplishing what you want to, in life on this earth while we're still here. You might as well build something or create something or accomplish the goals. Yeah, or do whatever you want. I mean, you got a human life. Like, this is dope.
What do you have to, as not as a sales pitch, so to speak, but as like, what is your what your results? Where do the results come in? Where do the we're going to take you in for 90 days. We're going to give you this, and this, and then is it kind of like we've given you the tools, now you go build? Well, how does that work?
Basically, what we're trying to do is I went through a process of a lot of unlearning, and he went through a process of instilling new beliefs and learning the right stuff. So we're bringing that together. We're putting personal development with spirituality.
Yin and yang.
Right, because you have the knowledge of like, oh, this is how I had to untrain
Correct.
myself,
And I've learned
the right things.
Yeah, and I learned like a lot of the implementation techniques on like how to keep this in the forefront of your face, like at all times, and keep yourself, in that thought process of, hey, I'm thinking, I am this person right now, like this is who I believe I am.
What was your process of unlearning?
So I'm a big believer that everything you learn growing up is the environment you're in, your parents' beliefs, and a lot of the people you're
100%.
around. So it's of no fault they were of their own. They loved me, but there were some times where I wanted to be myself, and I had to do what I was told. Or
That's the nature inside
Listen,
of you.
but what it does to you over time and what it did to me was I suppressed a lot of my emotions. And that's what led to a lot of depression. So I had to really look back, into my life, and I had to think, if I'm not confident, because at a point in time I wasn't confident at all with myself, and I'm like, where may
Which
that
is
have
crazy.
came from?
I don't know if people realize that. Not to cut you off, but someone, at least the picture that was painted was being that guy in high school.
Yeah,
Jock.
Still deals
Yeah.
with the same shit that everyone else does.
I thought that he was literally like, dude, that's the thing. Like coming from,
Wakes up
from,
in
like,
the morning and you're like, you motherfucker. You know?
dude. Yeah.
I could fake a smile really well,
Right.
but everyone goes through that. Like, you're not the only one out there. But yeah, unlearning, like, I lived in an environment where I was this cool guy outside of school, or in school, but then at home, I didn't have a very good relationship with my parents because we didn't have the same beliefs. Like, I had different beliefs than the beliefs that they had. And, I don't know where I got it from, but I always saw something more. I'm like, the environment I'm in, my parents gave me the best they could ever give me, but I saw, unhappiness, and I saw, they're thinking on this level of money, and I see these people that are saying you can make this much money or do this in your life, and I just chose who to believe.
So to be devil's advocate again, what do you say to those kids who were like myself, who look at someone like you, and it was like, I was given X, Y, and Z, but, I'm going to go against what I was given and build my own path. And then, looking at someone like yourself who was like, I was dealing with this, and this going on up in the brain. Someone like myself 10 years ago would be like, fuck you, dude. You got everything else. You have everything. What would you say to that kid? And I know that's probably not the easiest question to answer.
Well,
but like when you're when you have a stature of a certain point, where you're tall, you're good looking, you're fucking football, you're popular, you're this, you're that. It's like you have nothing to complain about. But at the same time, no one, I think those kids, and myself included, they don't look at that as like okay, but what else is going on? Right?
Well, you got to understand that everybody has their problems, and that kid that you're talking about, it would have been the same for me looking up to, like, let's just say a movie star or an actor. But we've gotten the chance to meet some of these people, and you realize they're just normal people. And I've also met a lot of rich people that look successful, and that's one of the problems with social media. You see social media, you're getting a highlight reel of everyone's shit. But I've met a lot of these people that are actually very insecure when you talk to them, and it's like, and that made me think, like, you know what? Everyone has their problems. It's just how good you hide it. And so don't believe everything I think social media, a lot of people get depressed because they see social media.
It's also pompous. It's not real.
It's stupid.
And I
really
saw this
is.
video, too, of this person who, I'm going to try to appear myself as like a rich millionaire on Instagram. And he's like going around, going on yachts that are like parked in, docked, and he's taking pictures, like, quick, snap it, and he's like, and then he goes back, and then he posts it, and then he goes and tours like an open house for a mansion, and he's like taking pictures, like dips in the pool
as if it's his fucking house.
As if it's his,
Yeah.
And he's gaining like a bunch of followers, like getting all these. Like,
Not a bad idea.
What's cool, I think what's cool is being happy, and that's kind of why we created this brand, is because we figured out how to become happy within ourselves, and we see a lot of people that struggle with that, so we wanted to give back.
I love that. Again, I'm asking hard questions just to be that guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
What a guy.
What a guy.
But I think again, like I always have to play to the lesser man because that was me for a long time.
Right.
You know, granted, I learned self-love and everything else. Like most people, when I meet them, I'm a driving force. I'm like, hey, I'm fucking Ty. What's up, dude? Let's fucking do it.
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
Like,
Dude, when I met you, I was just like, who the fuck is this kid?
Did he hit you with that 455.6?
He was just he was just talking. I'm like, dude, I'm so hungover right now, and I'm just coming to training for my server job that I don't really care about that much, and he's just so much energy. I'm hungover. I'm like, fuck, this is not gonna be a good 10 hours.
But like, let me ask you something. What changed for you to be like? Were you always this confident and?
Yeah,
kinda
that is
talking?
true. I mean, like, I've only known you as Confident Ty.
Yeah, like tell
You know
me
what I
about
mean?
like.
Like, I've always-
Do you
Yeah, what the
notice a
fuck,
change
dude?
when you were younger?
Yeah.
hold on, this is not an interview about me.
First off, you look like you have everything.
No, he doesn't.
No, but I'm saying, like,
That's the first time I've ever heard that.
no, but that's honestly something I looked up to you. Like, no bullshit. I actually remember being like, wow, this dude like can talk in front of people, and I was super scared at that
got
time.
shit
Remember, like, I'm not the person that I was when I first met you. So I was like, dude,
You're very confident within your own
yeah,
skin.
like you're just super like. You come across as like, hey, I'm super sure of myself and I know who I am and how I want to be perceived and what type of person I am. So how did
You guys are making me choke tears back and shit.
no,
Jesus
but
Christ.
dude, seriously, like it's
like when
Because
I first
but
met
you have to understand, I don't see myself in that same light. It's all a projection, and the reason, and much probably that you guys have seen have done this in and of your own lives is it's a projection. That's what it is.
Yep.
for sure.
Everyone has their problems, right? You know, I'm not going to sit here and go down a tangent as to what made me, but at the end of the day, I work my fucking ass off, and regardless of what anyone says, they don't walk in the same shoes. They
Yeah.
don't, because no one wears Vibrams.
Yeah.
But
That is so true.
These are the solid facts.
No,
here.
I actually support those though.
I hope they sponsor us. Vibram,
Vibram.
can y'all sponsor us, please? I wear the fuck out of y'all shit, and I
I
will
need
have
to change my shit.
change your shit. I'm gonna buy him a pair of Vibrams, but like the next pair of Vibrams, please. Oh Jesus!
Oh Jesus!
Please pay for my next table too. That'd be great. But it comes from being shit on every single day when you're 5'4" and you're the fat kid. That's what it comes from.
Okay.
You
So
have to
hard
get
to do?
ahead. You have to get ahead of the joke
Yeah,
because you are the joke.
yeah.
dude.
And I was an actor.
I feel you.
And I got up on stage in front of people and I would sing and I would act. And most people were like, oh my God, that's gay. And it's like, call it what you want. I'm fucking happy. This is
Yeah.
what I do.
Yeah.
This is
That
what
is
I
gay.
fucking do. Yeah, that's the definition of gay. So go fuck yourself.
so that comes with some level of confidence, even when you are,
It
So
does.
how did you keep
Yeah.
that mindset,
Especially
with
when
not
you-
caring what people thought
yeah,
about
like
you?
with like when when people talk to you in that way and getting shit on, like, how do you keep that lightheartedness? Like,
So you guys are starting a podcast and you're doing a really great job so far. This is
Role reversal. They interview us.
yeah, right. No, it started from being a being an actor and being on stage and doing all of those things and being the ass of ridicule in school, but being the star on stage.
so were you like in theater and stuff like that?
But I wasn't in theater in school. I did community
Because
theater.
that's gay.
That's yeah, and I wanted to hide it.
You know, in school, I didn't give a fuck about school productions because school productions to me that's peasant shit.
Yeah,
That's what I thought. I was like, you know, I can go to a community theater where I'm respected by I always vibed with people that were older than myself because I like to surround myself by people that are 10 times smarter than me.
yeah.
If I'm
Smart.
surrounding myself with people that are the same, where's my growth?
See,
we hit
are
on
on
that
the right
earlier,
page. That's,
dude.
that's a good line. right
Where's my
There it
growth?
is, baby. There it is.
There it is.
Love it. Love it.
So if I surround myself with people that are older than me, then I'm going to start picking up on social cues that
Yeah.
my generation
Yeah.
has no fucking idea
Environment
about.
is everything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why we moved into the Optima.
Dude, literally.
We're surrounded by. We're surrounded by ballers in there.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Oh hell
you're
yeah.
literally
Dude.
a product of your environment.
These
You'll
dudes
just-
are crazy.
Yeah.
Explain the craziness,
Dude, there's literally like Rolls Royces in our fucking
Oh, I bet.
garage
Oh, I
and,
bet.
and
Ferraris.
Ferraris, Lambo, bro, and we're just like, dude, we hang around here for a year or two. We're gonna pick.
I saw y'all
something
pulling up in the Jaguar. Don't act like
Dude,
there's a.
no, that's Mel's. That's Mel's baby. She deserves.
Shout out to Mel, dude. God damn, that shit is nice.
You want to know how we acquired that car?
I would love to.
Yes.
So we hopped on a Greyhound bus because we were living in San Diego.
It's already starting off great.
Dude, it's fucking ridiculous. So she finds this car in LA. She wanted a Mini Coupe, white Mini Coupe with a black drop top. Fucking found this car that she wanted. And she was like, but we have to go up to LA. And I was like, well, I obviously want to drive it on the way back. And I'm not driving in another car, so we're taking a Greyhound bus. You're going to be miserable for 5 hours. Yeah. And I'm just like, all right, well, this is what it is. So we took a Greyhound bus, 4:45 in the morning. Like, we were in shady-ass downtown San Diego to hop on this bus.
Yeah.
Like, where there was just like, it was right down by that bus stop, kind of, behind the...
Which has
dude,
to be weird being, and I'm not like trying to suck your dick or nothing, but like two beautiful people in the middle of downtown shitty San Diego. You guys are just like, we're about to take a Greyhound.
Dude,
They
we
look
literally,
like a
yeah.
snack.
Next thing you know, it's just
Yeah,
like,
it
I
better
can't
be
wait.
wearing-
I
yeah.
can't wait to drive my drop down Jaguar, and this fucking homeless dude's probably like, my middle name is Drop Down.
Yeah.
Welcome
Like,
to Rim
please
Job
fuck
Alley.
off, sir.
Yeah, no, it was, sorry, not Jaguar, Mini Coupe. We were originally
Mini Coupe,
Mini
there
Coupe,
we go.
Mini Coupe. So we were originally going to get that. We were fucking on this bus, and it was just like, it was a fucking...
Do you fit in a Mini Coupe?
I was going to find out. Like, I had no idea. I was like, okay, we could just take the drop top down and like just... I'll be just like, oh,
You're above the windowsill, peeping over.
But so we finally get there, and we sit there for probably about a half hour, wait for anybody to come and help us, and people are just like walking around. We're like, what the fuck's going on? So finally, this lady comes, and we pretty much tell her that we're here for the car, and then she proceeds to tell us that the salesperson fucked it up, and that car was sold yesterday. And yeah, the Mini Coupe that we've been wanting, and we're like, dude,
Fuck,
we don't have
man.
we don't have a fucking car to go home with. We're gonna need to get something here or take another Greyhound bus. I'm like, I'm not fucking taking a
Yeah.
Greyhound bus.
Can't smell piss for the next 5 hours.
Seriously, and seriously was like, dude, it's
Ew.
Greyhound buses haven't changed.
Literally
You're like, pretty
shot
sure
up
there's a
heroin.
dead dude in the back. Like,
Bullshit.
Yeah.
You can eat off of it.
So we fucking walk around the lot and everything, and then like literally one of the last cars as we're walking in is this white Jaguar, and she's like, well, let's go take a test drive, and we're just like, okay. So I think it was her that was behind it, or like behind the wheel. Yeah, it was her behind the wheel for the test drive, and I'm like, I could tell this thing zips. Like,
yeah.
let's get this thing. And then they gave us like a crazy
Yeah,
discount.
because your circumstance. I would have totally pinned that against
No, that's
Yeah.
the thing. They were like, we'll give you a crazy discount on this, some perks and shit like that, and we're just like, well, let's fucking get
That's
it.
gonna
Like,
be my next move. Like, yo, I came in out of town.
dude, no, it actually worked out so perfect. And dude, that thing's butter. Like,
Oh, dude.
I was driving down from.
Whips.
Is it automatic or manual?
It's
I
automatic.
love
Okay.
Dude,
butter.
I love butter too. So
Truffle
yeah,
butter?
I don't even know.
Oh, salty subject.
But yeah, I was driving down from LA to San Diego on PCH highway. Oh my god, cruised. Like, dude, I was going like 95. It felt like 60.
Dude,
and I was
yeah.
it just like flows. And it's so
That's
crazy, dude. Like
legit.
30,000 miles, I think. It was used obviously, but like 30,000.
But 30,000 miles on
Yeah,
a...
30,000 miles. I forget how much we paid for it, but dude,
That's-
it was
Damn.
nothing.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was nothing.
That's
Like,
money.
You
dude. It's
scored.
yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
Totally worth the
she loves
Greyhound
it.
bus.
Yeah, for
This
sure. She
motherfucker
loves it.
has a knack for scoring shit for free.
Dude, I love it. No, attraction, buddy.
Dude,
That's what it is.
that's what it is.
That's what it is.
You know,
And you have that belief that you're always finding shit, right? So it's just affirm.
I'm just
affirm,
yeah.
affirm.
I'm
It's
just like,
just
I'm gonna
happen.
find something. Like, even if it's not immediately useful to me, I'm gonna use it.
I also think it's a spark, right? You can see things in other people.
For
you
sure.
can see things in other people. Like, if I walk up to someone and I see they're driven, I'm like, I don't know what it is about you. And I'm a manager. I interview people. Like, that's what I interview and I hire. Well, yes, chef?
That amplifier. So I worked for Cutco. I worked for Vector. That
No,
pyramid
dude,
scheme.
me too.
Pyramid scheme!
Yeah, let's go.
Wait, what was it called? Vector?
It was knives, bro.
knives.
Dude, those
Where
knives.
were you? Where you were in fucking York. You were.
I was in Phoenix.
Phoenix, and I was in Texas when I heard about Vector. This bitch is global.
Yeah, let's go.
Global
Good
pyramid.
job, Vector.
So
Hiring all the 16-year-olds. I love it.
Yeah, super shady.
do
Super
it.
shady.
any whore.
They're like, hey, these 16-year-olds, can you guys sell us knives, please?
Fuck
That
that.
whole spark, the whole
Yeah.
spark-driven thing, I totally believe in that because I'm like giving them the pitch that they train you to fucking do. You know, you
My
have a-
ex-girlfriend
you
used to
have a
cut
whole
herself with
pitch.
these. They're great.
And I told the owner, I was like, yeah, I do music, and the person I was trying to sell it to was like, yeah, I do music, and I like, he's like, oh, I've been doing this for this long, and this was like 8 years ago, and I was really into music back then. Now I'm like really, really into music, and he saw that, and he's like, oh, I have a guitar and an amplifier and like a bunch of chords and shit that we don't use in the garage, and it could get a lot more use out of you. You want to take it home? We're not going to buy these knives, but you want to take this home?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
I'd be like, fuck your
yeah.
business. I'll take the amp.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
And that's not
my
that's
God.
not my OG. It got stolen out of my car, so I bought another one just because I
R.I.P..
liked it so much.
R.I.P.
And just that
Man.
people believe in you if you just tell them if you're honest.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. Like, the authenticity brings more authenticity, and it just brings more and more.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dude, you can live a certain way, and you won't have to worry. And yeah, like, shit will happen. Obviously, like
That's just life.
Yeah, dude. As I always say, contrast comes clarity. Like, you got to know what you don't want to know what you do want. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You gotta hate
fail to
something.
succeed.
Yeah. You literally have to see. You're just like, wow, that didn't fucking work. So I'm gonna focus on this way and try to make this work. And then you're like, okay, well, that didn't fucking work. So it's just, dude, you just gotta keep grinding on with
Yeah.
it. That's the best part too, is figuring it out. Like,
Adapt and overcome.
that is
baby.
literally the best part of anything. The goal isn't even the fun part. Like, the money, okay, that rips, cool for a hot sec. But dude, the story that you took to get
Yeah,
it,
like
bro.
the failures
Woo!
along the way.
It's nice,
like,
dude. It's fun.
It's
the
much
best part.
more fun to watch people's mouths drop when you tell them how you got to where you got.
Exactly, bro.
I'll,
It's
I'll
just-
quote somebody who's really like influential in my life. Like, the little golden nuggets you pick up along the way. It's like,
dude,
that's
seriously?
what's worth it.
Yeah.
It seriously is. Like, dude, exactly why people shit on people if, like, they start out with a couple mil in the bank. Like, dude, Donnie Trump, he always got shit on for being like, oh, yeah, my dad gave me, $1 million or whatever. And it was like, oh, well, you
Here
started.
we go. Controversy.
No, I don't get into politics
That was
whatsoever.
JFK too. So it
No,
wasn't
but
just
that's the
Trump, yeah.
thing. Like, people shit on those type of people for starting out, but I mean, they still built that, but two, like, it just goes to show that people love a story. People love, like, being able to relate to a story and not just being like, oh, they made it and they lucked out on their first try. That's boring as fuck.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
that's boring. It's there's no fun to it. There's no
Where's the
adventure.
plot?
Yeah, there's no adventure to it. It's like, dude,
The
you want to be
fucking up and
successful, let's
doing
have
the dumb
fun.
shit is the best part.
Yeah.
You know who got fucked over on that is Michael Jackson. I know that this is like a weird topic, but
I'm into it.
think
Go on.
about this though. This kid from 5 years old
Just like Elon, right? Gets fucking trained
was
into.
he was just thrown into his father's just super like, you got to practice, you're going to practice with your sisters, your brothers, you're this, you're that, and they just kept on fucking doing their thing, and it was like, you got to dance, you got to sing, you got to do this, and that kid grew into Michael Jackson, where he was writing the most phenomenal music, had the most phenomenal team, was able to come up with dances that are fucking iconic today.
Nuts.
The controversy aside, and I hate to say like aside because it's a big deal, and there's people are here and there about it, but at the end of the day, I don't think people give that guy enough credit for the story.
Oh yeah, bro.
All they see is the finished product, not the fucking whippings, the lashings, the fucking work every day when you're 5 years old, 6 years old,
that's-
7
I
years
didn't
old.
really know that
No
about
one
him.
even sees that.
I
This
didn't really
kid
know.
they would practice
rough childhood
for 12 hours a day while like going to school and shit.
This man didn't
That's
even have a
crazy.
childhood.
He didn't have a childhood.
Oh.
No, not at all. And then all they see is, oh, well, he was just fucking talented. No, bitch. No one's that talented.
Yeah.
No, you have to get that, and you have to gain that from somewhere. That's why, like, one of my biggest, I have a couple, like Jim Morrison, phenomenal, but that was just one of those things where you just get fucked up and you're a beautiful mind and you create.
Yep.
Michael Jackson, from the get-go, didn't have a choice. It wasn't like he was 5 years old and he's like, I want to be the best fucking pop musician in the world. I want to be the king of pop. That's not a thing. His parents were like, you're gonna be the king of pop, and that's what we're gonna do. So they gave him
that belief.
Exactly, but didn't just give it to him. It was instilled every day.
So question, because there's another person that we're beating around the bush on. What about Bieber?
Britney Spears.
Bieber.
Oh, Bieber, dude.
Bieber was that dude too.
Yeah,
10 years old, bro. He's still cruising.
I give a mad amount of respect that I never
was
gained for him
talented
before.
at 10.
Me too. We love him now. It's like, dude, the things that he's gone through, and the bullshit that he has dealt with. I mean, just for himself, and then the growth that he has now. It's just
no one knows the pressure.
Have you seen
no one.
drumming though?
Is it good?
It's so annoying how good he is.
Wait, he's a good drummer.
Amazing
Oh my
drummer.
god, dude, he's
a talented.
It's so
drummer.
fucking
crazy,
annoying.
bro.
In his like one of his tours, I saw one of my ex-girlfriends was like, you have to watch Bieber, and I'm like, no, I'm trying to be him. I don't want to watch him. Like, what the fuck? She's like, just watch. And next thing you know, like I've always loved the drums. Like my first vocal, my first instrument's the vocals. My second was the drums. The third was guitar. So I'm like, I want to be the vocal drummer. Like Phil Collins, Peter Gabriel. Like that's my shit. And she's like, but you have to watch Bieber. I'm like, fuck that one-time motherfucker. Like, I watched this video and I'm like, yeah.
I see why.
Yeah, he's really, really good.
He's so good.
He's really good. I'm like tugging on my nuts at that time. I'm like, he's really fucking good.
Dude, I remember in college, everybody started hating on me and you about liking Bieber so much. And I'm like, dude, you guys wait a couple years. Like, you guys are going to get hooked on him too. And dude, he has just transitioned to like things that, dude, we love pop stuff. Gonna be honest, we love that poppity bullshit. But it rips.
I gotta be honest,
dude,
with
he's
you.
just so talented. You have to like be a fan of him. You know what I mean?
It's uplifting. To me, one of the reasons I love being a grunge musician is because it makes me.
Yeah, I'm talking
it's
to Bieber,
a diary.
like a grunge musician. I'm just like, let's figure out how we can.
It's a diary. Like any musician,
Yeah.
at least I would hope, or maybe I'm probably skewed in this way, but any music that I put out is a diary. I can look back and be like, oh, that's what I was going through. Oh, that's how I wanted it to come across.
Looking back and realizing.
But for me, pop is like a crutch.
Oh, really?
For me, pop is like a numbness. It's like I'm going to put this out because I want to feel this way. But we all know that those artists, those musicians, they don't fucking feel that way.
I mean, I guess, but that's obviously like perspective. Because I mean, I think there are some people that
subjective.
Yeah. So I mean, there's people that do feel like that, and I think it is more of an empowering thing that, like, just from my perspective and how I've always seen that type of music, is I always felt it as more of an empowering thing. And that's kind of how I see, my content is like, I'm still working on all the shit that I'm telling people to work on because I'm telling myself to work on that. You know what I mean?
You can reference it later.
Exactly. It's just like, hey, I told them to do that, and that's what was going on in my mind at the time.
Right.
So I should, still continue these thoughts because that's when I was in a high vibratory state or a high emotional state. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I feel like even
you want to pick up where you left off. So
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, just listen to that. So yeah, it's just so crazy, like different perspectives on, how you see it and how like we saw it and we never even had that perspective, like how we're just like, yeah, this is just meant to empower, but dude, it could also be, that they are hiding their emotions and that they're, trying to make this to hide that or to try to pull themselves back up.
Well, one of my favorite musicians that I've interviewed, his name is Emmett Dupree. Mm-hmm. And, we had a little spat post podcast, for other reasons, but one of the things that you can't deny from that guy is he puts the lyrics, his content, his lyrical content, and his emotion and everything has to do with ego, spirituality, being a good person. It goes so far into so many different topics, but he blankets that with these really upbeat, like gonna grab you by the balls type of music, to where you're not even someone like myself. I always listen to lyric content.
I understand what you're saying,
but you're immediately like, God damn, that's a banger, and then you listen to it, you're like, oh, that's what the fuck he said.
Yeah.
You know,
And that's kind of like what. Do you know who Bozzy is? Bozzy does that type of shit as well.
I don't, and I need that. Why I do this podcast? I learn shit.
So yeah, he's I guess he would be like pop. Like he has all the uplifting type, vocals and everything like that too. But I got hooked on him just because I liked, I just needed something quick. Like I wanted to have that quick beat, when I'm working out or whatever. But then I started listening to him. Same with like even Russ, bro. Like, dude,
Have you listened to Grandson?
No.
No?
Grandson?
Dude, I swear by that guy. Back in 2016, I think, was the first time I heard his song Bloodwater, and I was like, oh, fuck. He sits there with this high fucking pitch guitar, and you're like, oh, shit. But then you listen to the subject content, and I as much as I think I know the lyric content, he's talking about like the Flint, Michigan crisis where there's literally shit water and it's killing people. And we're just okay with it because it's all politicized.
By the way,
Thanks, arsenic.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it recently.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it has to still be a thing.
Media doesn't cover it, so it's still the same. Some artists.
Did you see those videos of people lighting their fire on water or lighting their water on fire? They would hold a fucking lighter to their water, and the fucking sink would just keep.
Oh, that's not.
Yeah.
What
that's
was in
not
the water?
Flint. That's not in Flint. That's in Louisiana and these other certain parts of the South and Midwest where they're doing fracking, and because of how they produce it, these methanes get into the actual water supply, and methane is highly combustible, and it's a gas. So once it comes out of the faucet, it spreads into a gas, and you can combust it, and it's like.
Into your water.
Into your water, yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
dude,
I
told you, bro. The water. Water's important.
Speaking of water,
We are having a major water crisis, and nobody knows.
Wait, what?
Is that because
Yeah.
didn't Trump put the ban on fracking?
No.
Is it, no?
He backed fracking 100%.
Yeah, it was a humanitarian crisis when it wasn't the South
I'm not
Dakota.
gonna claim that I know anything about this, but from what I remember, that's what it is.
Well, someone told me recently, and I was a little bit out of my mind, but I'm like sitting here listening to what they said. They said, why do people not think that the moon has any correlation on humans? And I was like, are you talking about zodiac and astrology and shit? He's like, no. He's like, shut up and listen. I'm like,
Sold.
he's like, think about this for a second. What does the moon do to the oceans?
What does it do? I don't know.
Tides.
Tides.
It pulls the tides.
Not just
That's what the gravitational pull of the moon being around pulls the tides in and out, and that's what it does.
Yeah.
So if you think about this, humans are 70% water.
Okay.
So you're going to sit here, he's like, you're going to sit here and tell me that the way that the moon is, and if there's something weird with a lunar eclipse, or there's this, or there's that, or something going on with the moon, that it doesn't affect people when you're 70% water?
Yeah.
And that might be completely false, but for a minute I was like, huh.
It makes a little bit of sense.
I'm sorry, but
We're all connected.
I'm not gonna dwell into this, but I'm gonna disagree because that's a mass amount of water. Gravity doesn't work like that on a tiny human's perspective.
You don't think so at all?
No, not on you in a tiny sense.
I don't even know if I have a opinion on it.
Anyways, that's not.
I don't
what
know
I'm
about
gonna
the.
get to.
Yeah.
It made me think. It definitely. I was like,
I'm gonna. I just want
It
to
makes
point that
sense,
out, but
but
I'm gonna delve into the fact that it still plays a vital and it is the main role for biological ensuance.
what
The moon?
Okay.
It's a major role for
How
biological
many aren't there
on-
thousands of galaxies?
I'm sorry.
Billions,
so that
trillions.
times like 10 to the 16th. Like
That's
fuck
fucking
ton.
insane to
Yeah.
think about.
So there's a movie that I want to bring up that you guys would probably all three of you would really probably like. It's called the Mandela Effect. And there is an actual effect called the Mandela Effect where you remember something that isn't exactly how you remember it, right? Like the most common thing is Nelson Mandela dying in the 80s when he actually died in 2013.
What?
Most people remember Nelson Mandela dying in jail, in prison, when he actually died in 2013 when he was out of prison. And there's another thing with the Berenstain Bears. It was
The Berenstain or the
It was
Berenstain?
BEAR, but it's actually BERE. And then there's a whole bunch of other ones out there. Like, okay, here's
The
a good one.
Monopoly guy?
Here's a good one that I love to bring up. How does
heard about that.
the Queen song, "We Are the Champions" end? How does it end?
My friend, right? I don't fucking know.
How does it end?
I could not tell you.
Most people would say "of the world."
Oh, yeah.
It's not how it ends. And so you like think about those things, and you're like, "What the fuck?" And so the
Wait,
idea,
how does it end?
So, yeah.
We'd have to play it, but because that's what I remember it ending that way. The idea behind the Mandela effect is when in 2008, when we took the Hadron Collider and we shot two particles together, and we found out what the God particle was. Oh God, here we go. The idea is, there was a 0.0000001% chance that it would make. And I'm not spitting facts here, but there was a 0.0 whatever percent chance that it would create a black hole on Earth and it would swallow the Earth whole. So that's when we discovered the God particle in 2013 or 15.
Yes.
Okay, so we discovered the God particle in doing those experiments, and what the Mandela effect is based off of, the ideology is, when we did that, it didn't create a black hole. It created a multiple layered universe on top of our own.
A multi-dimensional universe?
Multi-dimensional, where we remember things one way, but we're living in a separate universe.
No.
Interesting.
This is why I love having a physics major as my co-host, because he's like, no, sir.
That's
very
just simply not the way it is.
Yeah, and I'm not going to dwell into it.
I kind of want you to, because it's interesting.
I'll put it shortly. Black holes, the way that in the Large Hadron Collider that they are described, the physics aspect of it is that they are subatomically small. They will evaporate in about 10 to the negative 23 seconds. If I remember what the number was, because I did read a paper about this. It evaporates incredibly fast. Black holes need to consume a large amount of mass to keep themselves stable. If not, they're just going to evaporate via Hawking radiation, which is what Stephen Hawking was. That's one of the things that he's really famous for, is Hawking radiation and the whole theoretical physics of black holes. But anyways, it's just not real, because it can't consume enough mass in these vacuum tubes where there isn't mass to keep themselves stable. So they just evaporate and disappear
and that could be
release energy.
That could be the science aspect of it, but from
and multidimensional, that what you're talking about, it's already here,
right? But what they're saying is, since that happened, we were able to do it on our plane, which then went and just opened a whole bunch of other realities. And so the movie is based off of, I don't want to ruin the whole thing, but in the beginning, the dude, him and his wife, they're on the beach with their daughter, and one of the big things about the Mandela effect is Curious George. Curious George had a tail. Curious George doesn't have a tail.
Really? What?
A monkey.
Remember.
A monkey doesn't have a tail. Think about that for a second.
Don't some monkeys have tails?
All monkeys have tails.
All monkeys have tails.
No, fuck.
But Curious George now doesn't have a tail. So in the beginning of the movie, his daughter walks over to the ocean holding the tail.
Yeah.
And gets swept away by the ocean and unfortunately passes away. So then he gets in this mindset of I remember Curious George had a tail because my daughter was holding the tail when she was swept away by the riptide. But Curious George doesn't have a tail, so how would a Curious George stuffed animal...
Wait. This is a real story that she has swept away?
No. It's a movie. It's a movie.
Oh, okay.
It's a movie.
I was like, wait a minute.
It's a fictional movie, but it's all about that. And he starts to go down this rabbit hole of the Mandela effect, what is real, what is not, what did I remember, what do I not remember, and false realities, right?
And wait, does he start fighting with his wife in the beginning of the movie?
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you seen this
I saw
on Hulu?
I saw part of it. I don't think I finished the rest of it. But
there is a moment in that film, and I'm not going to ruin it for everyone, but there's a moment in that film where
proceeds to ruin it.
you watch it, and the way that it was directed and the effects and everything else, and it's about I'll give this part away. There's about it's. So if you want to watch the best part of the film, in my opinion, it's because I showed my wife the other night. Your whole mind is just like, what if that happened? What if this particular scenario happened? And if this entices anyone to watch this film, I'm telling you, the last 10 minutes of the film, you're just sitting here like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? And then all of a sudden, everything's okay again. Watch it or don't. But you were talking about
really
spirituality
right
and this,
now.
that, and the other. I'm telling you, like, especially the way that technology is going and the way that people are the way that people are more geared towards, like, opening up their mindsets and different realities and parallel universes and things. Like, I watched this movie and I was just, I was alone. I was at home alone and I was just like, am I good right now? Am I
So crazy.
okay? Let me watch that scene again. And I'm telling you, like, it completely underrated. Watch that fucking movie.
Yeah, I've heard about the Mandela effect, and then I saw that movie, and I don't know what it was, but I just never got to finish it. And I've been so interested in it because I remember them talking about the monocle and the Monopoly guy all the time. Like, I always used to hear that. And then I heard
I think that's one of them.
Yeah, and then like the Berenstain Bears thing, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? So, yeah, I need to watch it.
I remember when the Hadron particle thing was going on in 2008. I've been weird about always just keeping up on Yahoo. Like that when you asked if I read.
Yeah.
I do read, but I read news articles so that I can keep up to date at least a little bit because my wife's a teacher. God bless her. She's a 5th grade teacher, but she doesn't watch the news.
Yeah.
She, for valid reason. Like she's like, I don't want to be influenced by any of that.
You'll feel like shit.
I'm here to deliver education. That's my job.
Yeah.
God bless her for it. But at the same time, one of us has to.
Yeah.
And so I watch all that, and I've been doing that for a minute. So back then it was like Hadron Collider set to do at 8 o'clock, Eastern Standard Time. And back then it was like, what, 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, or what, our time. So I'm sitting here and I'm coming home from 8th grade, and they're like, has a 0.00001% of creating a black hole. I call my buddy up at like 4:59. I'm like, I'm coming over, dude. I'm coming over. This shit is not. He's like, you want to hang out? I'm like, yeah, I want to fucking hang out, dude. In my head, I'm like, this could be the last time shit just happens. Same thing happened with 2012.
Shit, Justin
Dude,
does not just happen.
2012?
I knew about 2012 in 1999 because my mom
wasn't the world supposed to happen?
Yeah, which is another thing. They think that it's just a mindset shift.
It's
That's interesting
They think
because
it was a shift.
we're going through one right now.
100%.
And that's
people
why
on the upper end of it are going to go this way,
Yeah.
and people that aren't on that end of it are going to get.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. I think there's going to be a very, very large gap of rich and poor.
December 21st, 2020, from a shift from 3rd dimensional consciousness to 5th dimensional consciousness, which pretty much 5th dimensional consciousness is the God consciousness, pretty much explaining that the energy that you are putting out, whatever you're focusing on, is going to expand at a rapid pace.
Would this happen to do anything with the age of Aquarius and the
Age of
knowledge?
Aquarius.
What is the
baby.
age of
Yep.
Aquarius?
That's exactly when I really
Zeitgeist.
started understanding it.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Zeitgeist.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So my buddy,
It's crazy.
one of my best friends, Phil Bruxford, he is. I mean,
I love this conversation.
when I tell you that this guy is so mathematically into, he's a I'm not gonna say this. I want to say a Judaist Christian or like I don't know what it is, but his religion and how he bases things is very different than most people. But he bases everything off of numbers and matter of fact and science and all those things, and spirituality, all those things. Him and I have had multiple encounters where we're just sitting there, just looking up, and all of a sudden you just see something flying, and you're like, "You saw? Was that?" And he's just like, it clearly looked like a UFO, and he's just like, "Just don't say anything, bro.
Yeah.
Just don't say anything." Like that's the kind of person he is.
I love that.
And so, but he messages me all the time. I mean, I think. Hold on, let me just real quick. He messaged me recently about what was the prince that died recently? Prince William or
Prince Philip.
Prince Philip. So
Who was dead about like 2 months ago, by the way.
what?
Really?
No. He's just in his body. He wasn't there.
Oh,
He's just,
okay.
He looked.
I was about to.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. Do you know something I don't? He messaged me and he said, and this is just kind of his mindset. Motherfucker. Hold on. I have it somewhere. Phil. There he is. Dickhead. All right. Prince Philip, husband of Queen Elizabeth, died yesterday at the age of 99 on the 9th of April, the 99th day of the year at 9 a.m. 1921 to 2021 reduces to 9 as well. Whew.
Wow.
That's just how he thinks. Like, that's how he works.
That's crazy.
Wait, 1991 it reduces to 1 or reduces to 9 as well?
Well, you fucking read it. Like,
Oh no, I just wanted the last part. Holy shit!
Dude, there's like the 369.
There's a thing about that.
Yeah,
Everything
the Tesla
reduces to the 369.
And he always said once you start understanding vibration, frequency, and energy, that's when you're going to be able to rule the world, and that's literally why we're like that's where we're coming from with our spiritual teachings.
Yeah.
Like
That's
like,
why we
dude,
started to notice the way we felt. Like if we felt better and felt like we were in a higher vibration, like those are the days we would have better days.
Yeah, and like we'd get that
get
connection.
the opportunities and
Dude,
like
perfect example. We were flying sky high this past Saturday. We go out and we get a ton of work done before 12 o'clock so we can go sit by the pool. We had an amazing day at the pool, and then we were going to go out, okay? And we're like, man, we're still feeling real good. Like, let's head out to the bars. So there's probably 6 of us. We went out of our door into like the front of our apartment. There was a perfect golf cart just waiting for us. Six seats. We didn't call an Uber or anything. We just walked out. Perfect, $20 compared to a $60. We head to Boondocks right in Old Town.
Yeah.
Absolutely no line. Wow, super convenient. Walk in, the whole place is packed. Okay, and we're just like, okay, what the fuck? So we walk in around the bar. 3 perfect seats are right at the bar. Again, packed bar, but these 3 seats, and then he goes and talks to the guy and is like, hey, are these 3 seats taken? Because it was so weird that like they were just 3 random seats and no one was sitting in them. And the guy sitting next to him was like, yeah, you can have these too. We'll be gone in 5 minutes. And we're just like, what the fucking shit? Like, it's just those things that like, you're just like, okay, this is working out, this is working out. And then you hear people talking about the things that you had with conversations of other people. And then like you just all of these synchronicities. Like, for example, even that night, I had this fucking salmon shirt on. I love the way it fits, but it's fucking salmon. And if you sweat, 1 drop, it's fucking
Game
salmon.
over.
Yeah, it's
Game over.
And where we ended up sitting had this ginormous industrial fan. And I'm just like, bro, like, it was just like...
Remember, me and Nate, our other friend, saw the same exact bus that we were on, like this bachelorette party bus. The night
somehow they
before.
finagled their way into this
and with the
bachelorette
same
bus.
exact bus. We've never seen it before.
Right in
until
front
the
of
night before. It was
Boondocks.
right in front of Boondocks when we got there.
Dude,
The
it's
same
just
one
these,
we were
it's
on.
these little synchronicities that, like, when we are in a good state, in a high vibrational state, and like a good feeling state at all times, if we can keep our habits in alignment, dude, things fall in your lap. That's how I got my whole modeling career. Is things literally just go, and then you feel good about it, and then they go, and you feel good about it, and you go and feel good about it. But if you put your focus into the negative bullshit, if you focus in the negative bullshit, I'm telling you, you're going to
Speaking
get
of feeling
shit.
good about things, got to take another piss. Sorry,
Sure.
guys.
No worries.
We're good. You guys can keep going. I'm just going to take a piss.
Yeah, but I want your take on that, because it's like, dude, you know physics more than I know physics.
The thing that this is not fully physics, but the thing that I like what you pointed out is that things just fall in your lap, or this whole ordeal, and like you're just under these certain circumstances, and you'll overhear people that maybe they were talking, like they talk about something and it was completely relevant to what you were saying.
Yeah.
And you pick up on it. I don't know how much of a real thing this is, because this is one of my own personal thoughts that I've had.
Mm-hmm.
There's this effect in psychology called the cocktail party effect, and it's not in psychology. That's just what they call it, because it's a real thing. Say you're at a cocktail party or just any regular party, and you're speaking with someone, and you're like really into a conversation with somebody, and somebody across the room says your name. It's like, Brandon, and everybody else is all talking and whatnot. Your brain picks up on that.
Yeah, I do believe that too.
It's just like you out of all this
that's like
noise,
a long-term memory you have. So
well, there's an analysis in your brain that has already been developed where it's like, oh, I recognize that name. But that can be applied to thoughts that you have been dwelling on in the day.
100%.
Yeah, and then like somebody says something that's remotely close to it,
Yeah.
And then you, oh shit, I was thinking about that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I thought that, and I was like, okay, well, that kind of like beats the whole spiritual thing. But then once the actions and like the physical things started happening of like, okay, like I can overhear something and relate it to, you know, this thing that I was thinking about. Like, okay, like that's not, you know, some people aren't gonna be like, okay, that's not very credible. But once, dude, I'm telling, dude, weird shit has happened.
It changed.
I believe it.
It fucking works,
weird,
man.
bro. Like,
I got into it and got a fucking 6-figure sales job right after, and
In
I've never
3
made
weeks,
40.
bro.
I've never made more than 40 grand in my life. I've never had an opportunity
Dude,
like
to get
that.
on that.
And,
dude, I'm telling you, like,
well,
seriously,
yeah.
it's like
It's like crazy how you start to see the things that even when you go back and you have a bad day, you notice how things don't go your way. But when you're in a good mood, so we do a lot. Like I meditate. I don't know if you're into that.
I've tried. I've always
you?
I've always been so scattered-minded, and
Dude,
I could
it's-
never.
Well,
get-
that's the
it's
thing.
a center, bro.
I could never get back to the center. I would just go
Yeah.
off.
Well, you got to
Dude,
just keep
but
at it and practice.
You noticing that you're off center, that is awareness. Like that okay, so who is aware that you are off center with thinking? Like who is that thing? Is that like
Right. Okay,
yeah, like
that,
you know what
that,
I mean?
Yeah,
that right there, that thing where you can focus on that. Like, okay, who just told me that I'm off center of my thoughts?
Right.
Okay, who is that? Who is that? That's me. That's my present right now.
My
like,
presence.
oh my god, my head's going so fucking crazy over here, or so crazy over here.
I can't keep my breathing in
Exactly.
alignment.
But bro,
you
that's
know?
why everyone focuses on their breath is
That's-
because it's the presence. And if you can get so acutely aware and then start practicing this even throughout your day, like becoming acutely aware when you're washing your hands and like small tasks, like nothing like obviously driving a car, like you have to like focus and, you know, keep certain things in your head going on.
Stimuli happening, yeah.
But I guess driving isn't, because you have to be very aware for that. But I mean, like something like mindless, like,
Yeah,
you know,
like
doing your work or whatever. But yeah, just becoming acutely aware is just such a good practice, because we get so caught up in our head and have all these different scenarios of everything going on or everything going bad in our life, because that's how we're programmed to automatically think the worst case scenario. But it's like, one, if you can get aware of that, you can notice that you're doing that. And two, because you can notice that you can do it, or that you're doing that, you can notice how to change that and how to, you know, get those thoughts to switch back to, hey, I'm going to consistently think everything is working in my favor. Everything is, you know, well-being and is here to help me. Like, I'm a perfect human. You're a perfect human. We're all perfect humans. We are on this earth some fucking way, 1 trillion to whatever.
Right.
So it has to be eternal well-being. You know what I mean? It has to be, we have to be in the complete homeostasis for anything to work out.
for anything at all. to
And
even
whatsoever.
work out. Yeah.
Like, it's like we have
to be a balance.
yeah, we have
going
to understand, like, dude, this life is working out for us, and the only people, or the only thing that's getting in our way is our fucking head of, you know, the self-doubt and the, you know, feeling miserable about this, and then, you know, the news and how it tells you that you're controlled and how there's a scarcity of thing and there's a lack of abundance and all this shit's going on. And yeah, like, there is a lot of shit going on because it's a conscious awareness of that going on. I talk about this.
That self-doubt.
Yeah.
And I'm going to quote my coworker, is a barnacle in the ass of progress.
Bro, 100%.
Whoa, what?
It's a what?
Hold on, what?
Barnacle in the
What'd
ass
you-
of progress?
Well,
What was the direct quote?
barnacle in the ass?
What were
of
you guys
progress.
referring to?
Barnacle in the ass of progress?
Because our bosses are fucking.
that.
I do too.
Our bosses are just like super reluctant to like accept any of the experiments that we want to run. And,
Yeah.
and one of the ladies who works with us, she's like, God, they're just a barnacle in the ass of progress. And that's what I like saying. It's like,
I think that's the first time I've ever heard that.
I have a whole
Man, you're a barnacle in the ass of progress.
I have a whole ass list of quotes from that lady because she just says some outrageous
that's
shit.
so
She says something. He's like, "Hold on, one more time. One more time. I got it."
But yeah, dude. Yeah, no, self-doubt is definitely a barnacle.
Dude, it's
in the ass of
heavy.
progress. Yeah,
I dealt with it for, dude, the whole time I was modeling that first year and a half. Because, like, dude, you, like, modeling isn't as, you know, super dope as people make it sound at first. Because, like, you're just, like, going into, you know, a random house with a photographer. And I mean, like, dude, I haven't had any bad experiences with photographers. They're all super dope to me. But I mean, some people do have rough, you know, times
I've
with
read and
photographers. But like, yeah, you're just like, you're doing the act, but you're not you're not gaining anything. You're just like, man, am I just doing these photos just for fucking my mom? Like, and I mean, as much as you know, I love that she supports me and everything.
Right.
It's like, dude, I want to make a career out of it. And you know, the first year and a half, like, bro, I didn't see anything. Zero.
Well, I've heard from a decent amount of people. One of my coworkers, his name's Caleb. He was like, one of my things was, dude, you have the modeling thing. He's like, yeah, but modeling's not lucrative. And I was like, but you're beautiful. Like, explain that. And then, you know, I've had conversations with Autumn Shefferstein on here, who was Miss Wyoming.
Oh,
and
damn.
then I had a conversation with Bree Solomon, who had her like a cover photo in places like England and Australia, like all
Damn,
these
no
in
shit.
New Zealand. Like, yeah, like she's dope. They're both awesome people. But I asked them, I'm like, that modeling lifestyle comes with so much more than I think people realize. And,
Oh, bro.
and the same thing that I was talking with you about with you know, you grew up in the high school pretty boy type lifestyle, and everyone just sees the model, you know, the finished product.
Yeah,
Not
you don't see
everything
the
else.
process.
Oh, bro.
Exactly.
Dude, and that's the thing. Like, anyone who's gotten to the top, there's people that, you know, a lot of the people that have gotten to the top give free advice on YouTube or books or whatever. And they talk about all the struggles in the process they had to get there, but there's some people that just, you know,
body
shun
dysmorphia,
that, you know what I mean?
anorexia, bulimia, the struggles that come from, hey, I need you to lose this by this. Like, I need you to
Yeah.
lose 10 pounds by April 15th. It's like, it's April 14th. It's like, yeah, figure it the fuck out.
Dude.
Like, you're like, what? You know, but also, you know, the photographer aspect, they're artists too.
Oh, for sure, dude.
The
I think
people
they're
behind the camera are artists.
They're the
Yeah, for
biggest
sure.
artists in the whole aspect of, you know, the modeling and video work.
And I think
dude,
no
they're
one gives
geniuses.
no one gives that credit to them.
They're amazing.
Their artistry is to make you look phenomenal.
Exactly.
That's their job.
Yeah, dude, because like there's been times where I've been like, okay, I have this job right now and I wish I looked better, but then I would go back and look at the pictures and I'm like, dude, I don't know what you guys did, but I did not look like that. Like, I'm like, fuck, man, like that was not
That's
what
not
I.
me.
Yeah. But dude, like it's crazy, like the light, as I said, like the lighting and just like everything is just, it's such an art form that
It's
people don't
mostly
understand.
It's mostly
Yeah.
You know
light.
what was wild is, you know, obviously, like, I follow you on Instagram, and one day I'm just sitting here scrolling, and there was an ad for watches. And
Oh, yeah.
I was just like, oh, that watch looks dope. Slide. Oh, that's Mike.
Yeah. No, I forgot.
Oh, that's
you sent-
Mike.
Yeah, I
and
forgot
that's when
you
I was
sent
like,
me that.
my boy. I was
No,
like,
dude, honestly, that was a very defining moment, and that honestly shifted my energy because I'm like, dude, if I
gave
could,
you belief that
yeah,
you could do
you
it,
remember
is what it was.
when that happened because I even told them, I told him, I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
fucking Tyler literally just, yeah, and I was
Dude,
just,
I told my
What's
wife.
your name?
I'm pretty sure I told you. I'm like, dude, check this out. My boy just got a fucking modeling contract. Check this out. That's his hand, bro. Like,
well, I started out in hand modeling, and then I eventually like started doing like the actual modeling and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But that job was, you know, right in between like October and December. Honestly, even when, you know, everything was kind of going to shit for the industry, I was cruising. I have no idea how, but I mean, again, this is.
but it
all
didn't.
about
It
this type of
wasn't. It
stuff.
wasn't like a. I'm following Mike Romano and I'm like cruising your page. It was like a. I'm looking at stories from some bitch getting wasted
Yeah.
on a Saturday, and I'm like, oh my god, you look like you had a great time. Oh, that watch is dope. Oh, it's a sponsored ad. I know that guy. What the fuck?
Yeah,
you
dude,
know,
it's-
and that's when I hit you up. I'm like, bro, congrats.
Yeah,
Like,
dude. And that's the thing. Like when I started training at Blanco, I had that dream and I had that ambition, but I was, dude, again, like I and him, like we were both not very well in the right headspace. We were both depressed. We didn't really see us going anywhere because we got here to San Diego and we're like, fuck yeah, we're better than everyone. We brought that ego with us. And then we're like, well, we have nothing to show for it still 8 months after because we've been fucking partying and doing drugs and not getting our life together. And then what was it, September that we trained. So it was only a couple. I was
around that time.
Yeah, I was like 3 months into that 8 months. That is when I met you, and when
Right.
like we had our relationship there. And then so we lasted another like 5-6 months just doing the same fucking bullshit.
Well, I'll be honest with you.
shifted.
There was conversation amongst the trainers at that time, and we were just like, should he be working here?
Yeah.
Because he's way too pretty to work here. Like I would want him to be my fucking server, you know. And then after training was over, we went out and partied with you guys, and then I went back out to San Diego a couple months later with my wife, and I don't did we reconvene? I don't remember.
I remember us talking about it, and then I think just either schedules conflicted
Something
or
happened.
something like that.
Either way, but there was clearly something else going on. Like you had already had the plan in motion.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful. Like you got the job to support yourself at that point. And once I found out that you guys had come from Pennsylvania and had come out just to get the ball rolling, like I was just like, God damn, like that's a leap of faith. That's Bon Jovi's "Living on a Prayer" if I've ever fucking seen it. You know.
Well, dude, we hate
Get the fuck out there and try and do something.
Yeah,
It's not
especially in the most like you have to in California, not just San Diego. You have to have money to live in California. I was like,
yeah.
God damn, they
Yeah,
came
we
from
didn't have anyone to move.
That's crazy.
Dude,
I mean, we
no,
had a
it's
couple
like-
$1,000s. We were just like,
That's crazy.
Dude, it was one of those things.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like we were just.
I remember having a conversation and I was like, I don't know how these motherfuckers have the money to live here,
dude.
but
was
good
scary.
on them.
It was
good
scary.
on them.
We just wanted more out of life, you know.
Dude,
We
and-
always saw opportunities that, you know, maybe we just take a chance. And I think everyone at some point, like to live somewhere different, is a
100%.
good experience just
Dude,
because
yeah.
you get to see a whole different side of things, a different culture, you know. And a lot of our friends, I mean, they're still kind of in the same town that they've always lived in. And we're starting to see, like, we're happy all the time. Not all the time. I think that's bullshit, too.
But it radiates from both of you guys
Yeah.
that you guys are definitely not in a bad place.
Yeah.
like, we,
You know? It
Yeah,
radiates.
I mean, I appreciate that. It's one of those things that's like, okay, are we gonna stay in our hometown for the rest of our life doing the same shit as we always
It's
have?
not that anything was wrong.
No,
with that,
nothing wrong with that. But like for us, for
Yeah.
me and you, and like my homie that came out with us and Mel, we were all like, okay, like this is what we do not want is here.
Your
Like,
homie, is he doing okay? I know your homie.
He's a homie. He's doing a lot better. He's grown a fuck ton. I actually give him a lot of credit, and
agree.
he's
You clearly
'Cause-
know said homie.
yeah.
Yeah,
We were
I-
roommates when.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were all roommates.
I
but
do
it's-
know this
yeah.
cat. I just don't know him as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
No, we
he's-
were all roommates.
Okay.
But yeah, you
Yeah.
talk to him, you know,
Yeah,
far
he's-
more than I do, but like
Right.
he has.
He's
Okay.
grown a lot. His mental has grown a lot.
Good.
He's grown the fuck up.
So to clue you in, equally as
I do not know, homie.
equally as beautiful. Not as tall. Anyway,
Poor guy.
shout out to homie.
Yeah.
I don't know if he wants to be mentioned.
Yeah,
but,
I don't know.
you
That's why I'm.
Yeah,
No, but I mean, he's doing great. He had a lot of shit, just like all of us had to
Yeah.
had to figure out and deal with. And he realized, the route, in San Diego wasn't the best route, and he, went back, and now it's working out amazing for him.
Yeah.
Like he is in a very good relationship, and he's working on himself and his mental, his physical, his spiritual, wherever he is. So.
I've been seeing his physical. Motherfucker looks
crazy, bro. He's nuts.
Gents, we're running up on 2 hours. I think we covered a pretty
We covered a good amount.
good amount of
Wide
topics.
range
Yeah.
of
It's
been fun.
subjects.
Let's go ahead and wrap this up real quick and talk about first and foremost your clothing brand, which is
Conscious Collections.
Collections.
so at Conscious Collections or
It's at Conscious Collections Co. on Instagram, yeah. And then consciouscollectionsco.com on just
The interwebs.
on the interwebs.
The interwebs.
And people can buy your clothing all on there. Everything's
Yep.
good to go.
We have a few other products as well.
Yeah, we have, like,
also
backpacks
releasing
and-
some more stuff in
lit.
the near
Okay.
future.
Yeah.
So
Okay, we're gonna be wearing your shit here soon.
Oh, frick
definitely
yeah.
gonna
We're
be
definitely
buying
going to
some
invest in you guys. We appreciate that.
Appreciate you guys.
But let's talk about Insta, accounts, personal
what do you
profiles,
got?
things
Yeah.
like that.
Going
Yeah,
on.
so right now I have my TikTok absolutely love TikTok. I know that everyone shit on me in the beginning, but dude, I'm telling you, the best organic growth you could possibly have for your business or for yourself or whatever. If you're trying to, get on any type of platform,
You're posting every day,
dude. 3 times a day.
3 times a day.
But the thing is, what I do is I just send short clips, so it's super easy for me to just bust out content.
Right.
And then I'm also doing lives. I'm just trying to interact more. Like, dude, for TikTok, the more you interact, the more you're on the platform, the more that platform will treat you right. And I've seen it firsthand.
Where can we find you?
At Mike Mind Body on TikTok.
Mike Mind Body.
Mike Mind Body. And then
play on words. I like
bingo. Instagram at the Mike Romano. That's a lot of my modeling stuff. I do put a lot of spiritual type teachings on there as well. And then I'm starting my YouTube, and we're beginning a podcast here soon.
What's that going to be called?
We don't know yet. We don't have the name yet. We're figuring it out, though.
Yeah.
But
can we get you guys back on here when you do start it? That way we can...
Well, yeah, because we also
For
want
sure,
you
yeah,
guys
that'd
on
be
our
great.
podcast.
That'd be sweet.
Shit, let's do it.
You guys already
Hell
had
yeah.
a natural talent, natural acting. Oh, shit.
No, this has been fun.
Yeah, it's a blast. Yeah,
It's a
and
lot of
then
fun.
And then, Eric, where do we
Oh
find
yeah,
you?
mine. My Instagram's Erik Allen 123. I'm actually
Allen?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's my middle name.
Allen.
Yeah, correct. And TikTok, I'm just getting into TikTok. He's getting me into it.
you got to get it,
but-
buddy.
Yeah, we're both talking about the same thing. Like, we're combining spirituality and personal development, and we're just 2 kids that came from a small town, and we created a lot more opportunity for ourselves and have gained a lot more belief in ourselves, and we understand that you can do anything you want in this world, and we're going to take it to the top. So
Yeah, man.
Yeah, super
Hell
exciting.
yeah.
We
I
have
love
we also have the 90-day coaching program coming out. We're working on that. Pretty much
What
using
platform is that going to be
Is that
on?
going to be on the interwebs?
we're considering Slack. It's a platform.
Oh, okay.
I've had mentors that I've paid for personally before, and I see a lot in the coaching industry of people that are just really good at marketing, but they're not really good with following up and helping. So we want to make it more of a one-on-one / I mean, it's got to be a lot of group collective, but we want to make it personalized. We want people to leave the program understanding the concepts we teach and them to implement them into their lives.
Yeah, it's going to be nice. Like it's going to be a whole bunch of like mental, physical, spiritual health. Kind of, that is the main thing that we are specifically going to do, and teach just from our backing. And then we are also going to, give more insights on the other teachings that helped us, and give them the teachings that helped us as far as like the emotional work and the understanding. Like, dude, law of attraction and this whole vibration energy bullshit. Like, it's hard to understand sometimes.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
But it's a thing. It's for sure a thing, and it's the most powerful thing you can use to create whatever you fucking want. So if we can get people to just like actually start falling in love with their process and their journey, dude, I'm telling you, that is when you're going to see the results from coaches at end of the game. Like I am so confident that this is the start of a movement. Like, we are literally going to teach people how to physically and energetically create whatever the fuck they want. And it's going to be so dope.
And that's a beautiful place to cut it. I love it.
Yeah.
Looking
Let's go.
forward to that.
Well,
Let's
gents,
go, let's go.
this was a phenomenal podcast. I'm glad that we had this conversation, and I'm enlightened from it. I look forward to talking
as
to you
well.
guys in the
We've had a
future
good time.
Yeah, it's
about
been an awesome
everything.
time.
Yeah.
In a couple months when you guys got your shit on lock, and not saying you don't, but when you have the podcast and everything else, like everything's coming full circle.
I definitely want to revisit some of the topics.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I'm eager to see
Dude, and
what happens.
Yeah, we'll talk
And
this
all of
stuff
us will
all
have
day.
an evolved mindset, honestly, even in the
Yeah.
next 4 months. Like,
Yeah,
we have so
absolutely.
much we're going to learn in these next 4 months. Like,
Yeah.
us two, you guys on your journey going through life and shit, we are always evolving. So talking to somebody 6 months later, just like
That
like me and
rate of
you,
change.
like, we're completely different people.
That is
And
the truth.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Well, cheers, guys. Thank you
Cheers.
guys for coming
Thank
on
you
the
so
Upstream
much.
podcast.
We really
I
appreciate
you.
it. It's a blast. Thank you.